send you a link, or sorry, I'll send you the text.
Oh, okay.
I guess you could skip that last line, but any undead creature stuck in combat must succeed DC 14 will or be destroyed. That's the important part, because you are a cleric of Pharasma and it's a weapon of Pharasma.
And mindless
Right.
undead do not get a will save. So if you
they
touch
just
them
die.
with it, they just die.
Oh, okay.
However, your character is not aware of any of this functionality.
Yes.
Well, I thought didn't Havelock,
No.
or
None of
was
us
it just out
know
of...
that this
You're
happens
incorrect.
when you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we have not identified the properties of the Raven's Head.
So
It would
It will
still...
do these things when you do them,
Yeah.
and Zuzu the player
Right.
knows that it will happen, but you need to play as though you don't know, because your character
Yes.
doesn't.
Yeah. All we
So you gotta
know
be
is that it's
really surprised when it happens.
basically.
Cool.
It also has channel smite, but we won't figure out how to use that yet because
But I was gonna...
that it can do that. So
What I was going to ask, Zoo, and I think you've got it sorted. Did you increase your BAB in your Roll20 character sheet when every time you level up, you increase your character level, you update your class HP, your BAB, and your reflexes? Have you increased your BAB up to 7? Because that's the same as mine. So you ought to be... I have a lot of strength, so I'll be better at hitting stuff than you, but you shouldn't be that far behind.
yeah, we got that fixed at the beginning.
Okay. Just wanted to
Oh, we
make
did?
sure.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, I remember you rolling a
Yes?
lot of your melee attack rolls, and I was like, man, those seem really low. And I don't remember if I'd ever connected that to make sure.
Okay. So Zoo, now that you have all those attacks set up,
Here, Walker, I'm
go
going to
ahead.
give you control of her character sheet so you can go along with her.
Oh, well, I mean, now we're done.
well, I mean, it's
But
never...
now you can both see what you're
it's
looking at for next time.
That's true. That'll be helpful. Okay, so now that you have that, Zoo, in your character sheet, go ahead and select your token on the far right side of the map, and then at the very top, do you see? I'm gonna take a screenshot for you. Do you see this section right here?
Yes. Yes.
If you take that attacks button and you just drag it down to your bar, now what happens when you as long as all of your attacks are set up, if you click that button, it'll whisper you all of your attacks, and you can just click the button for the one you want.
Legit. Okay, and then I'll just... I can name it so it's not so long.
Yeah, you can just if you right click on it, or right click on the button itself, and then you can rename. And you can just call it attacks, and then you can get rid of all your attacks on your bar because now they're all in this button. And that should make it a lot easier for finding them.
Cool.
And then whenever you get rid of weapon or get extra weapons or stuff, you can always add new attacks. And feel free to ask any of us if you're
Okay.
"Can I set this up right?"
Right.
All of us are happy to be sure, let's take a look.
Speak for yourself.
Well, don't worry.
I got a busy schedule.
Yeah.
I don't have time for this bullshit.
Okay, fine. Zoo, I will be happy to do it. I don't got a job. I got nothing going on, and I'm access to your character sheet. So.
Well, thank you. You guys are
yeah.
all awesome. Yay! Cool. Okay.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
I'm just about set up here.
Still have charisma and conjuring. Oh my god. Is this necessary?
My god.
Absolutely necessary.
Wait, what?
You are horrible people for joining side chat when I'm supposed to be having a side chat with you.
There was nobody else here, and we're the only ones that use this.
That's amazing.
I didn't even realize he moved us.
It's because you're the first.
I just joined where everybody was.
I know, everyone
Exactly.
did, which is the problem. You're horrible people.
What do you want me to do? Join the table and just sit there alone, waiting for you
Alone and
guys?
wait.
Yeah,
Alone
like
and
imagine that we were all friends that like played in someone's house, and you walk in and like Walker and Zuzu are in the kitchen, right? And he's basically telling you, go on ahead to the table in the living room and just be
It's not
there.
even like that. It's like
So-
you guys were chilling on the balcony. Everybody that came over to visit like joined you out on the balcony, and like we're in the middle of eating, or like we're about to get started eating, and Walker just like grabs all of our chairs individually and drags us into the dining room.
No, what Chris said was more right. Me and Zoo were in the kitchen. We were
Yeah,
going
but
over her
you're
character
equally
sheet,
wrong for
and
that.
now
dude. Like
I moved everyone to the table so we can play the fucking game.
I like Walker's thought process.
You would.
I think it's bullshit.
You're welcome
I
to
missed
think
you
that,
guys.
but it's my table, so fuck you.
Damn it! All right, I'm making
Yeah, we're gonna have to make a new
table.
Discord. This is unacceptable dictatorship going on.
Says the dungeon masters. I think it's clear who's got the control problem.
Yeah.
In this situation.
All right. So, last time we left off, you guys had very stealthily plucked the Raven's Head mace from its pedestal. I believe Leopold is currently invisible, next
what?
to the baddies.
No,
Leopold,
it's not
Flea.
Leopold.
Sorry.
Ilix.
Leopold
No,
and Lee.
Plea is definitely on my map next to the baddies.
We're both
Yeah,
invisible. Me and
you guys are
Alex.
both invisible.
Yeah.
We had because I turned you invisible, and then we did the Raven's Head thing, and then you wanted to get the rest of the juice out of the spell. I think.
Yeah, well, and then Ilix becomes invisible because then he has that conversation between you, Havelock.
But
It says
he didn't
Havelock and
choose
Ilix
to,
shares a
but-
deep conversation or
Yeah.
connection.
I mean,
I think she's still invisible.
I
Just
don't know if she
Yep,
dropped
We're
invisibility.
still invisible.
we
No.
sort of like pretended she wasn't invisible for that portion. But if you want to take it away, I'm fine with it.
No.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
They
Oh.
threw a blanket over me so they could make out the outline of
Just
me.
for that conversation, because her memory came back, right?
Yeah, my personality came back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan, I think you must have moved your token at the end of the session or something, because I don't recall you walking right up next to the boss.
Oh, I believe that was like one of the last things I did was like, okay, I'm gonna sneak over here. And get
Yeah.
ready. Like, we had planned the attack out so that like we told like Havelock and Leopold and Zoo like give us 10 seconds or 5 seconds before you come in.
Yeah, I think we were sort of perched and about to set up our
'Cause
attack.
this is what I have, but
Yep.
I think we would need to roll that out because you're getting very close to their personal space. I think that's going to be different than your earlier stealth roll because you're attempting to move past them.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, I just kind of thrown my token over here. I guess in real life, because there's a statue there, I'd probably just move here.
Yeah, I would assume that you would go around or
Yeah.
like behind the statue or something. But yeah,
Yeah,
I would
I'd
definitely
Rule number one: stay out of their personal space.
Yeah, I would definitely require
This.
a stealth roll to get
I'm
to
cool
that
with that.
position.
I will
Plus
do that
20, I think,
now.
for being invisible.
Yes, it's quite
Oh,
a
yeah,
bit.
I do get...
So we're ready to make our plan to like are you trying to get close to see what they're doing or set up an ambush?
Yeah, we said that we're planned to set up an ambush. Like that was
Okay, well maybe we should discuss that ambush because it's been 2 weeks.
Gotcha.
That's
fair
fair.
enough.
So yeah, like I would say like my thought, do we want to do this in character or
I would prefer that.
Ilix,
Okay.
what did you see ahead? I'd ask Pali, but for obvious reasons.
There'll be some difficulty doing that. There are 2 of these creatures with the the devices in the backs of their heads. Another large
wait.
one. It's
Alex has never seen these devices before.
Yeah, we're sort of
it's a very
fighting
inconvenient
over-
time for her to return. She's like,
There
where am I?
okay, well, I've seen the. I think you guys have kind of filled me in on the broad strokes of what we've been doing.
Yeah.
There are two of the creatures up ahead that have the devices on the back of their heads, the ones with their brain exposed. There's another one, larger than the others. Were they doing something? They were doing like a ritual or something like that?
Yes. They were kneeled and like praying, and they were decorating the statue.
They're decorating the statue. They're distracted at this point. I believe we could easily take them by surprise, given that Plea and I are both still invisible. Perhaps this would be the best time to strike.
I think that's wise.
Perhaps if Plea can maneuver close in order to screen any that come towards me, I can launch a volley on their leader before it becomes aware of our approach. And then you all can be there to charge around the corner as soon as battle is given.
Very well. I'll be ready. These creatures, they were the same sort that we described to you in excruciating detail very recently.
Yes, they seem to be these scum that have had their brains exposed.
How much larger was this central one?
It's more to say fat rather than large. It's not troll size, but it appears to have eaten better than the rest.
Very well. I look around at Leopold and
fat human sized.
I look around at Leopold and Xenesis and I say, Leopold, ready? Anything to add?
Nope. Let's go get him.
Xenesis, I hope you're ready to put the Raven's head to work.
Oh, sure. Yeah, a little nervous, but I think it should.
Very well.
It cracks on the first swing.
I will position myself close to the center of the chamber. If you want to move closer, up to them.
Plea taps like twice on like where. I guess at this point, like I felt like I've heard where Alex is talking from, so I've kind of pieced together where her body is, and I tap her twice on the shoulder to like confirm.
Somebody has thrown a blanket on it, but over me, but has has a hand on it, so it doesn't immediately become invisible. I think that works. That scams the rules a little bit.
Things don't become invisible when you pick them up.
Oh, they don't?
No, they have to be in your possession when you're made invisible.
Oh, when? Okay,
right.
So yeah.
Yep.
So you can just throw a sheet over us, and those spare sheets that we keep around.
Yeah, and then
for when we do Scooby-Doo adventures.
Get rid of your stealth advantage.
Yeah. Well, if you just want to see where we are, whenever we're surprise invisible. But yeah, I'll position myself with some distance, and then send a volley at the leader. If
Plea writes a note on like the pad of paper that he pulled out of his backpack, and then drops it on the ground so that people can. Do things in the bag of hold? They're not invisible when I pull them out, right? They're still very much because that's extra.
They would be in your possession, I guess.
Sort of weird.
They're in an extra dimensional space, so
being in your possession is not a. That's
the bag of holding itself is invisible. The stuff inside.
I think I would actually rule that things inside the bag of holding are probably visible when you pull them out, because they're in an extra dimensional space. They're not like.
That's fair.
Subject to the
They're
spell.
not there.
Yeah.
They couldn't be subject to invisibility because they are not in the same plane of existence as we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a hell of an invisibility spell.
That makes sense.
Level 10 invisibility.
Yeah. I think that it makes the most sense, just like continuity wise. Just makes
I write on my paper, which I guess is the only way I could communicate while invisible, and write like I'll wait until your volley goes off before I engage.
All
But
right.
once you attack, I will grapple
There's
the big guy.
There's a bit of a straight area along the wall here. You all can position yourselves a bit closer. That way, we'll have less distance to cover whenever they become aware of us.
Yeah. And then that 18 plus 20 for invisibility is my stealth roll to get to here.
Yep.
Okay.
So I guess if they attack me on the way in, then let me know.
Yeah, Havelock is gonna give Ilix a nod and say, and he'll do the little spiral motion over his chest and say, "Frasma imia quarta favare." And that's me casting Divine Favor on myself
Okay.
and saying, "Ready."
All right. Plea, as you move into position, you hear the big chubby one kind of chanting something under his breath, and then he motions to the two sentries, and they both walk towards the statue with random implements in their hands. They've got like coral and bits of like what look like severed squid tentacle. So one of them walks up to the statue, and the other one is approaching your position. What do you do?
Can I squeeze back here?
Yeah. Let's do.
Or I guess
let's
should I
do
step here
let's do
out of-
acrobatics. So which way are you going?
I think so. I want to sidestep him as he walks towards
Right.
the thing. So I think I'd like stay along, like try to push myself against this wall, sort of squeezing past him.
Okay. Yeah, let's do acrobatics for that.
Acrobatics. Okay.
Oh yeah. So you move into position, and you're kind of keeping an eye on the big guy because he seems to be the leader. And then you see him motion his hands, and your thoughts go immediately to, oh no. And you see the scum sentries kind of stand up from their kneeling position and start to walk towards the statue, and you just barely slip by his right arm against the wall, and you manage to avoid brushing it or making any sound. So you slip past him undetected.
Sweet.
They both begin
Okay.
hanging things on the statue.
I suppose that's my cue. If the rest of the group is gotten to the positions they want to be in.
I think Havelock's worried about being too loud. He might be extremely slowly creeping up, but
You are jingly.
I'm a very jingly man.
Yeah. So seeing that you guys you're ready, she takes a big breath and she takes a big breath and turns into a cell phone.
Sorry. That was Pharasma calling me. Oh, she's texting me. She says, "You guys are taking way too long. You're burning Divine Favor here."
So she'll draw back her bow, exhale, and she will loose a volley at the this fat scum. We're gonna throw that deadly aim on there. Not great rolls, but flat-footed.
Yeah, you ought to hit him.
21 to hit, because these guys are not aberrations. They're just monstrous humanoids, I think. So yeah, just 21 to hit.
Okay.
Flat-footed.
Let's get
on
that
that first
initiative
attack.
rolling.
Hunter's Bond is off, right?
Hunter's Bond is off. I will probably not initiate it because these are not.
So far as we know.
So far as we know, they're scum, and I think we've established that the scum are not aberrations or evil outsiders.
Right.
They are monstrous humanoids.
That's what I was thinking.
Makes sense.
They're the same group as orcs, I think, right?
Probably. That
I
would
think
make
orcs
sense.
are monstrous humanoids.
I didn't know orcs were monstrous.
Well, you can't play them.
Half orcs are not.
Yeah, orcs definitely.
Regular orcs.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but Pathfinder is racist. It's just a thing to remember.
Yeah. They're half monstrous humanoids.
I still need initiative rolls from.
Then it's
I
just an Elix.
Totally rolled it, but I guess I didn't have my.
Oh yeah.
I will get your
thing.
turn added on.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
My bad. I'll go ahead and add it in there.
I'm gonna
It's
roll
not.
Zuzu's for her because she's in the bathroom.
Gotcha. Can I make my grapple check in my surprise round?
14.07. Why is my numpad off? What the fuck? There.
Okay. All right. So Ilix, right as you release your volley, the big fat guy kind of stands a little taller and he waves his hands in the air, and then the arrow strikes him in the back of the neck with a rather pudgy. But he does appear to have finished casting something.
Okay. Let me give you the rest of my damage.
Sure.
So mini shot, mini shot damage. So total damage on the first attack, is 17, 27, and then the second attack is 16.
Let's see. 8 flat-footed AC here is Jesus. Okay. So first attack misses, second attack will hit.
Okay, so just 16.
Actually, is the 20 everything?
21.
Okay, that's still one.
21 flat-footed.
Okay, so second attack will hit for 15 plus what?
16. Yeah, just 16.
Oh, okay. So the extra damage
16.
is just first attack.
Just on the
Gotcha.
first attack. Yeah. Many shot only affects the first attack.
Let me make sure he doesn't have anything that I need to keep track of. Okay. So yeah, your arrow hits him, and he reaches up to grab the arrow out of the back of his neck, and he turns to look at you, and then Plea reaches out and grabs him, quite successfully, catching him off guard. And Plea, you will manifest at that point. Your invisibility will drop. So I imagine your hand kind of reaching out of the air and appearing, and then the invisibility falls away from your whole body, hand first. And then this water elemental appears behind him. And that is the surprise round. Unless... No, nobody else declared that they were doing anything right away. So...
Do we have to?
If you were going to have a surprise round and use the surprise to your advantage, yes. There are rules surrounding who sees who first. There would be perception rules required and stealth and etc. So, Mr. Batty gets to go first. I guess he's just going to... He's already grappled, so...
Gets to die.
Basically... he is going to try to cast a spell on Plea. What's the concentration check he has to make?
I don't think I'm actually not familiar with
Grappled
the regular...
while casting 10 plus grappler's CMB plus spell level. So I need to know your CMB.
Heckin' big, yo.
Heckin' big.
Yeah, I know.
15.
Okay. So he needs to roll... Oh shit, what level is that even? Ugh, domain powers. Weird. It doesn't have one. Okay, I guess I'm just going to default to level 1. So he needs to roll a 26. He does not succeed. Okay. So you see his, I think you see his hand just start to glow, and he smirks at you, and he tries to kind of slap you across the face with it, but you dodge out of the way while holding his arm. So you kind of like move his hand and move yourself out of the way, and completely dodge his attack. But his hand is still glowing, I will note. Then the sentries are going to turn around and attack you.
Wait. So if he has to roll concentration to cast the spell, and if he doesn't succeed on the concentration, then he doesn't cast the spell at all. And then he has to roll to hit me. That's a different roll.
Okay.
Okay. So
Sentries are going to turn around and attack you.
Okay.
Okay, 25, 21, 11, 24, 25, 18. So
AC is 20 right now.
2 misses, 4 hits.
Okay.
Believe that is correct. Let me see if there is any special shit I need to keep track of. I don't think so. I think they're just regular, good old
Can the one
scum.
in the back hit me?
Good point. Yeah. Sorry about that. I just did a macro roll there. I suppose he would move over to you, and he would only attack with the first attack, which would be a 24.
That one hits.
So 3 hits total. That will be 19 damage total.
Okay. Why can't I select my... Oh, I have the wrong tool selected.
I don't know if you guys have reloaded recently either, but I've added a few tokens, token icons to the game because we can do that now. So I haven't got like all the conditions in, but I added like bleed and blind and confused and that kind of stuff because I felt that there weren't very good icons for those.
Very cool.
So that's what I was able to find and get in like an hour today.
That's awesome. I didn't even know that was possible.
I like the restrained one.
I thought you might. You should see the one a little farther down that's specific for you. I believe it's the second row.
Okay.
It's pinned. It's pinned.
I'm gonna move here and I'm just gonna charge this thing, I think. This large...
Oh shit, I totally forgot to give her a turn. Hold on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she acts on his turn, so.
Yeah. Typically shouldn't act the round that she's summoned, though.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. It takes a full round to summon her, but when she arrives, she can act.
Okay.
I see the pin now.
Got that wrong.
Yeah, I thought you might like that. I think she is going to move towards the person who just shot her master as she was summoned.
Ah, dang. That's so bad for Plea.
I'm fighting 3 guys here, and I started the fight with half health. You know what?
I don't think she actually noticed Plea. Like, I think she came into existence and an arrow flew like past her body into her master. I think it makes sense for her to attack Ilix.
Oh, fine.
So that's going to be a 22 and a 31 to hit.
Both will hit.
As far as you're concerned, you've not been attacked this whole time.
23 damage. And then Havelock, you can go. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Okay. I will charge her.
I am in bad shape.
Yeah, I noticed that. So this is like a water elemental. Is that what it looks like?
So you're saying you don't like being wet, damn.
It does appear to be a large entity made of water.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm still gonna charge because that's the way she goes. It's a +2 to hit. So I'm just gonna roll it regular, and we'll add a +2. 22 to hit.
Okay.
Well, that was a shitty. I rolled a 2.
So 22 and 24 is that? Or just the
yes.
one attack?
It's just the one attack.
Okay, 22 will hit. Okay. So you take your greatsword and you charge her and you swing through her body and you knock an enormous amount of water onto the floor, but you're not sure that it did the same amount of damage as it would do to like a person,
Yeah.
with like flesh and stuff.
Damn! I should have grabbed Gabby's shovel. Some sort of siphoning hose.
Yes, Gabby's water pump, perhaps.
Yeah.
That wasn't a water pump. All right, moving on.
That's my turn.
Oh no. Okay, well, can I have like a heal spell prepared and move, and then like next turn be able to heal?
Have a what spell prepared? I'm sorry.
Just like a cure spell.
You can cast a spell now and then move.
Yeah.
Use your move action, and then
next turn.
Applying it is a free action.
You get so if you cast it, you can run and then touch someone. You get your free action this turn though. So if you cast it and hold onto it and then move, you would have to use an attack roll or an attack later to touch someone because you don't get the free attack anymore the next round.
So I have to roll. So you say attack, I have to roll melee?
No, you would have to use your attack action would be what you would have to use. Your standard action would be what you have to use to touch someone. If you do it the following round. If you cast and then run up to somebody this round, then you can just touch them for free.
Right. Okay, well, I'm going to have to do the first part. Okay, so I'm going to move here and have cast my cure, and then, next turn I'll...
I would also allow, since the rules for touch attacks say that if you touch anything, it discharges the spell, I would also allow you to reach out, and Ilix can use her action to take your hand if she thinks that is a better use of her action.
I think her better use is to kind of fall back, but I don't know.
That is up to her. I'm just giving her the option. Plea. Hang
in there, Ilix.
Well, I start the round grappling, so this gets +5. So he is definitely still grappled. Move action, pin, standard action, coup de grace. He takes 19 damage and has to make a DC 29 fort save.
Okay, he rolled 26, so he failed his save.
He dies.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Everything is better when you grapple before the round starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. So just for my own clarity, you rolled 33 to maintain grapple. Is that also your pin action?
So once with greater grapple, you only need to succeed one grapple check to do both of your grapple actions. So maintaining is used to pin because I was already grappling.
So it is one roll. Okay.
Yeah, it's one roll.
And then you, so you whip out your blade. Is that already out? How does...
Quick draw. So I get to draw it as a free action.
Aha! All right. Yep. Sorry, I just needed my memory refreshed. I know we just talked about
Yeah.
this, but
Yeah,
it's been a
we're good.
little bit.
It's been like 4 weeks since we had that conversation. So.
Yeah. Okay. How do you want to do this?
Well, I have his like one of his hands is in my hand because it had like that spell that he was gonna try to cast on me. So I think what I do is like I like reach it back towards him and touch him on the face with it, and then like while he's not looking, I pull out my wave blade and just like shove my wave blade through his hand into his head.
Oh
Oh,
God!
Jesus.
Ugh.
Hit it to him.
Okay, well,
Aggressive.
the spell is gone.
Let me give you a hand.
But you do stab it through his rather blubbery hand, and actually right in the middle of like you're just now noticing, but he has like these tentacle tattoos all over his body that kind of grossly move in and out of his folds, and it kind of looks like he just has tentacles crawling out of him. And there's one like spiraling in the center of his hand, and that's kind of your target as you stab through his hand and then into his left eye. And you hear a soft crunching sound behind it.
Is it a pharasmic spiral?
No, it's not.
Okay, good.
Wouldn't that be funny, though?
That'd be fucked up.
No.
That'd be really
It's
funny.
like evil mind control beast, part-time devotee of Pharasma.
Okay, Ilix, what you doing? Oh, and actually, small addendum here. He can totally hit you from here, so he wouldn't have moved.
Oh, okay. Well, I will probably positioning. I'm gonna like 5 foot over here, to be next to Xenesis, to hopefully get some good touch, and I am going to lace into this water elemental with my longbow.
Do it.
And hopefully roll slightly better. Sorry, what?
Not to fuck myself up, but that also means I'd have eaten an AOO as I charged him.
That's okay. It's in the past.
Okay.
I missed
20...
it, so bank error in your favor. Collect $200.
Yay!
23 to hit on the first attack. V water elemental.
That will hit.
Okay. So my first arrow does 12 damage. Second arrow does 13 damage. Second attack will do 14 damage.
Okay.
I
Add
can
her all
give
up
you a
for
total
me.
if you.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is going to be 12 plus 13 is 25, 38. Or 39, excuse me, 39.
Okay. Similar to what you saw happen to Havelock, your arrows fly through the water elemental with enough force that a bunch of water goes shooting out behind her, a bit like shooting ballistic gel. But some of it kind of collapses, and her wound, where a wound would have been, just sort of reforms, and she's just a little smaller instead. Leopold.
All right. I'm going to 5 foot a little bit into the room, and I'm going to fire twice at the water chief.
Oh, you sound under the weather.
Oh, you sound so sick.
Yeah.
Are you okay, man?
Yeah, no, I got a cold a few days ago from work. And of course, it's right when the Wuhan virus thing is happening, so like everyone at my job is like, you have the plague, go home. But I can't go home.
Well, I guess I also heard that from one of my coworkers today that all of our folks in China are still on leave because they've extended the New Year celebration, and the government has told everyone to stay home.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Well, Walker just recovered from being under the weather as well.
Well, the media is blowing it way out of proportion, though, because the fatality rate's only like 5% or something.
Yeah, you have a higher chance of dying
in China,
let alone catching.
China is sort of a powder keg.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's a shit ton of people, and like the people at the
5% is
concentration
more.
camps are almost certainly fucked.
Yeah.
So,
You mean the re-education centers, yeah?
yeah. Sorry, I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant the organ
Yeah, we gotta be
Chocolate
politically
hair.
correct for YouTube.
No, we don't.
Fuck
Eat my
China.
ass, YouTube.
Good to the Chinese people. Fuck their fucking fuck that shit.
All right, so
Okay.
18 and 30 to hit versus touch at this distance. I'm using the musket. 19 and 15.
Okay. Touch. Oh yeah. Yep. Both of those will hit.
That'll be 34 before. Is there DR?
There is indeed.
All right, so it's 34 before DR for clustered shot. That's all I can do.
I knew
And
it.
So do these all happen at the same? Is this all one shot?
Yeah, basically with the teleport, the
Okay,
first time
so
I
DR happens once.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
She's
considered
not
for the
looking
purpose.
quite as big. Her water form looks very thin, almost to the point of being like a sprite.
Finish her off,
like
Havelock.
2-dimensional, couple millimeters thick.
Wait,
Oh,
I thought this was a
intend to.
water elemental. She's a sprite elemental?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not like 7-Up?
Okay.
She's carbonated. I can't drink her that fast.
Bubbles. Also,
She's a
lemon
white wine
limey
spritzer.
mist.
Oh my god.
Why do
She's
I
a
put up
day
with you
drunk
guys?
elemental.
You love us. We let you play
Okay.
this game with us.
So after seeing their leader die, they both turn and try to attack Plea. One of them stabs his trident into the wall and it breaks. And
Great.
then he tries to bite you and claw at you instead. So 23 and a 15.
Let me turn off grappled real quick. I think the 23 will still hit, but I just need to be
Okay.
sure. It's close. Okay. Let's try this. Yep, 22.
Okay, so he'll hit, and then the other one will stab you with the trident in your thigh on the left side, and you feel the stinging warmth of blood as it starts leaking down your leg, and then he will also hit you with a claw attack after that. He will let go of one hand on his trident and claw at you. That is going to be, let's see, that'll be 15 and then 3 more for 18 damage.
Eesh.
Total?
Yep.
Okay.
You're gonna be fine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep fucking forgetting the water elemental.
No!
It's the biggest thing on the field.
Let me keep these rolls.
You can keep them. That's fine.
Yes.
You're just going to die, though, so it's kind of a moot.
Your
So
sips are numbered, water elemental.
So she is going to. Oh man. You did just kill her master. And you're in reach.
Wait, she's a summoned creature, right?
Yes.
Doesn't she just die?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. It's not concentration to like maintain a summoning.
Oh.
I'll look at it.
Yeah, it is just duration. It's
If
just
you
duration.
die, I might be able
She's
to
summoned for her whole
harness
duration
for
until
asthma.
she dies.
I have my backup DM checking on this.
Yeah. Well, it's a duration spell, so it's not concentration. He doesn't need to be alive for it.
Okay. Yeah, I think it just. I'm not trying to be mean. I just think it's what she would do. So she will try to slam you twice. The first one will miss. She'll slam her fist into the wall. But the second one will hit for 9 damage.
9 damage?
Yep.
I am unconscious.
So you guys watch as she spins around and she looks down at her now deceased master, and you don't like see a facial expression, but you get the sense of anger, like coming over the form of this creature. You're not sure how you're interpreting that, but it does. The point does come across in the way she moves. And she punches the wall very angrily above him. There's some rubble that falls down. And then she slams her fist directly on top of Plea, and there's this big column of water that shoots up. And right after that, Havelock like seeing this happen, it probably inspires him with just absolute fury, and he swings his blade into her, like dissipating more of her form, with several swift cuts, and she falls into a puddle on the ground.
Whoa.
That's what you get. Summon monsters do not disappear when their master is killed.
Uh,
By the way,
okay, so Plea just died, but there's still that dude there, right?
Yep.
He doesn't look dead, but I suppose you can't tell.
has he collapsed?
He has
I
collapsed.
collapsed.
He is on the
I
floor.
am
Okay.
unconscious.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna move forward.
Plea!
Uh-oh, things are frozen. Oh no. Refresh my page.
What happened?
She said things are frozen.
I would refresh, yes.
Okay.
On my screen, I see you underneath the water elemental, so I moved the token underneath you so that you can click your stuff.
Okay, maybe that's why.
Oh, I don't even see her moved yet. Maybe I'm frozen.
I see her moved. She
Okay,
moved right in front of
now.
me.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna move here and then try to attack.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use the new cool thing.
Do it.
But I'm only gonna do one-handed, right? Or
Oh, yeah, I forgot we
You can
didn't
still
select
use
two-handed.
it two-handed, but I don't.
The damage dice won't be right, but
And that would just be the first attack.
Is there a reason to not use it two-handed?
Do you have a shield in your other hand?
depends on if
I-
she has her shield up.
I don't have my shield up, but I thought because I thought one-handed I would need it because in order to cast for the next time to have
I think divine casters don't. I don't remember.
That's fine. I do
Yeah,
one-handed.
divine
anyway.
casters don't have any kind of spell failure chance. You don't really deal with that. However, you will lose the AC from any shield that you have equipped, and you'll take a penalty if you're using a shield and trying to swing a two-handed weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So only comes into effect when you're using your heavy shield, which
Right,
you might
so-
just want to use, period, because it's a
It's good to have, yeah.
It's good to have.
Okay.
You're squishy, so having the
Right.
shield is helpful, and your strength modifier is
Plus,
not
it
huge.
looks
it's not
cool because you've got
Mhm.
a fucking steel shield and a fucking relic mace. That's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, a 23 will definitely hit one of the scum sentries for 7 damage, if I'm reading that correctly.
Right, because it's not undead.
Okay, so the bane damage is a second roll. Cool, nice done. Nicely
Oh,
done.
well, thank you, Walker. Give all credits.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're the one who did it. I just helped you out.
Yeah, so 7 points. The second attack, I believe, will miss. Yeah.
Sword. Just keep playing dead.
Except for play, it's
Flea, I'm going to need you to make a fort save.
Whoops. I need to select my token, and whoops, that's the wrong one. Fuck.
Oof.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Okay. I need to look.
that like an
I need to look
automatic
up
death?
the rules for this because I don't know what
It
that
counts
if that
as
means
two
anything.
two failures.
Well, it's not D&D though, so.
I think he's okay the first time.
Oh, I'm thinking D&D. God damn it! There's so many fucking systems in my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're thinking the death saves in D&D. I believe you just continue bleeding.
Yeah, I think you're right.
This happens so rarely that we don't deal with it. If your hit point total is negative but not equal to your blah blah blah, dying character immediately falls unconscious. Dying character loses 1 hit point per round. This continues until they become stable. The character's
Was
next...
your
Go ahead.
was your HP 0?
-1.
-1.
Negative. Okay. Damn. Yeah, he's dying.
After being reduced to negative hit points on all subsequent turns, the character must make a DC 10 Constitution check to become stable.
Oh, it's not a fort check. I don't get my bonuses on.
Oh shit! It is a con check.
I mean, it doesn't matter for this one because I rolled a
Yeah.
one, but next time I'll just roll
A
con.
character takes a penalty on his roll equal to his negative hit point total. So basically, your DC would be 11 at the moment. For
Okay, well, now I take another damage because I failed this round, and that's all that happened. So now I'm at -2.
If you fail the check, you lose 1 hit point. It doesn't say anything about if you roll in that one. Yeah. So, you're just down to -2 now, and
now the check is 12.
It looks his turn.
So Ilix, seeing her lover, I guess, go down. I don't know if we're quite there yet, but
Situation.
pretty
we were
close.
almost there, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden you became fucking Professor Lawrence.
Yeah, things happened. She shouts, "Senesis, heal him!" and will unleash a volley at this first one. And if
Help me kill the
first
creatures.
if the first attack kills it, then the second attack will be directed to the next guy. Longbow, deadly aim, mini shot. So 27 to hit with the first attack.
I'm assuming that would hit.
I'm assuming so.
Yeah. Let me check on the second one. Does the second one have any bonuses?
It's a 19.
Yes, they both hit.
Okay, so the first attack does 18, 20, does 29 damage. Is that enough to kill him?
I'm sorry. There's other conversations happening in the room. What was the damage total?
29 damage from my mini shot attack. So
Not
my first attack.
Quite enough to kill him. No.
Okay, then second attack will go into him for another 14 damage.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. He's not looking good. You hit like a major artery, and he's just kind of like leaking this gross, like greenish blue blood everywhere.
It's dyeing my hair.
Yeah, that's
Carrion
definitely
is
the
dying
greatest
on the
concern at the
ground.
moment.
And she's like, my hair.
Oh no, my hair's red.
Just use your shield to block the arterial. I can't words today.
Use your shield buckler to shoot the blood out of the air.
God.
I'm glad you stumbled also. I feel a little better now. I don't
It's
know
okay.
if you did that on purpose, but I appreciate it.
No, I did not. Nope, just can't talk.
I'm not sure
Some are human.
I'm like
Take it
full
as
word
solidarity.
salad today. Okay.
That's not 2 shots. It's only 1 because
Okay.
I cannot fire a second, and it's only 15 damage, not 16, because I'm past 30. Also, the thing is reloading for whatever reason.
Yeah, I think he has partial cover to you.
Well, this is the seeking. It's not a.
Oh.
It's just extra AC.
Uh,
The musket is seeking. If I'm using the musket, it ignores
Yeah,
percentile
you
mischance.
would ignore. Yeah, would ignore concealment. This
Yeah.
is cover.
Yep.
Because you can see his body, but there's shit in the way.
But it's 30 to touch versus
Yeah.
his
So
whatever.
yeah,
So
so,
it's
it doesn't
probably-
even matter. Yeah. So you hit him. I think that might. Yeah. So how do you want to do this?
I take a step, see Plea on the ground with this thing looming over him, and he's still not fucking. And I'll just line one up and just pop the top of his brain off and shoot that device like spiraling out of his head.
Okay.
Nice.
Leopold lets off a shot, and it hits the device pretty squarely after cutting right down. Like the concussive wave just kind of goes between the lobes of the brain, and brain matter flies everywhere, and you hear this tink, and it scatters
Gross.
on the floor. behind the creature, and its body immediately goes limp and slides down its trident and onto the floor.
Xenesis, your hair! That's your hair! There's brain matter flying all over!
It's good protein.
Oh my.
Oh. You just open your mouth and catch it?
Okay. I have so many images in my head right now, and I'm not sure which one to jack off to.
That went really weird, really fast. I should have known better because Tanner was the one speaking. I just had too much faith in Tanner.
Yeah.
I should know better because Tanner is
Tanner.
said so many times in my life.
Okay. Huh. Well.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I guess coup de grace.
He's gonna
Is that what it would do?
Is he
He's
smart enough
mindless.
He's not mindless.
I don't think he's smart enough to coup de grace me. That's a level of tactics that I don't think a mook would have.
I mean, it's
fair
up to
enough.
you.
It's up to you, but honestly, that does not feel right to me.
The question to me would be would this mook see Plea drop dying and then think, my number one priority here is to hit him again?
His master.
But would he comprehend that him falling
I will
is
do a
dead?
heal check to see whether or not he knows that Plea is alive.
As we all are holding.
Xenesis, you're a healing cleric, right?
Yeah, I do have Breath of Life.
Okay, I was about to say, because that'll be that clutch shit if this goes down the way it might.
Yeah. He rolled a natural 18. He sees that Plea is still breathing and shifting.
Okay, guys.
So he's gonna coup de grace.
This is like the video game equivalent of when your whole team's been killed and you like in PUBG, you got one guy, you shotgunned him, and you just in spite just execute him before the rest of the team comes in and kills you. You're dead, and your best chance of living is to fight the rest of the team. But you can make sure you take this. You make sure you can ruin their fucking good time, at least.
Yeah,
you're gonna fucking execute that guy.
I think it's mostly a revenge thing.
Spit in the face of your killer.
Yeah. It's
so he rolled 7 damage. So,
I die. Unless there's some way for me to reroll.
You have a number of options at your disposal.
You're at more negative than
your con.
Your con?
He failed the save.
I failed the save. The save is, he did 7 damage to me. And I needed to roll 17. To not die.
You have a number of options at your disposal.
I guess I have the hero points is
hero points would be 2 if you wanted to cheat death, 1 if you wanted to reroll. You also have hero cards. Actually, you're out of hero cards.
I'm out of hero cards, so
yeah. Your party members also have ways that they can save your life. So it's up to you how you want to play this.
Also, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess. You had mentioned a spell.
And I am within 1 round to get to you, which is a key point.
Gotcha.
So, where are you guys getting this rule that you have to make a fort save if you take any damage?
It's coup de grace.
No. It's coup de grace.
I see.
I'm very familiar with this rule because I use it all.
Yeah. Okay. So I was why does he think he's dead just because he got hit?
Okay. Yeah, if there's a spell that you have that is ready and can save me, then I won't spend my hero points because I have exactly 2. So
better be praying hard to Pharasma.
I could use my hero card in an attempt to command him to not do the coup de grace, but I think it's already too late. I forgot to do this.
Is it an immediate action that you can take?
I don't.
But that's good to know in the future, though.
Do you have Breath of Life, Synesis?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
She has a domain power even.
Mm-hmm.
It's lawful evil, blah blah blah. You can give another creature a command as per the spell. So as per the spell would be a standard
So yeah,
action.
it would have to take place on your turn.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
All right, just figured to throw that out there.
No, that's good to keep in mind. All right, so we're gonna move on then, and please not using his hero points. He is for all intents and purposes dead as
No.
of this moment.
I have a
Okay.
question because we're god of Pharasma. Can we sense that he died or no?
Give me a heal check.
I mean, that's if a trident went right into his fucking heart. It's kind of one of those things like, oh boy, he's not good.
Yeah, just give me a heal check. Oh yeah, you watch this thing plunge a trident into
Ugh.
Plea's chest, and you see the last like breath of his existence leave his body. So you're very aware that time is of the essence. As a life cleric, like you are very familiar with how long you have to like recapture his soul. Havelock, you
Yeah.
definitely missed that first attack.
I rolled a 1 and a 2, so
Woof.
I'm very distracted by
Yeah.
seeing my best friend in the world being literally die.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so as I'm rushing over to play, I say, Pharasma, please take good care of him. And I'll go.
However, I'm going to resurrect him.
Well, take good care of him
So,
for right
well, I mean,
now.
Out of character, the way that Pharasma works is like if you have a destination to life.
Mhm.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
knows.
So
I just thought it was a funny way of
Putting it.
It was a funny thing to say right before you pull him
Yeah.
back from her clutches.
okay.
Momentary.
So I heal and
Five. It's
I
gonna
have
That's
dive-
5d8.
plus 10. 5d8 plus 10.
Yeah,
Does it get any of her healing buffs?
it should.
it is not a
Healing
cure.
spell.
It's not a cure spell, so
Oh,
you
yeah,
don't
it's
get the. Yeah.
1.5 bonus thing.
It's
Right.
just 5d8.
I gain a temporary negative level that lasts
Yes.
1 day.
Yep.
I'm okay with this. I live.
Okay, Xenesis, describe to us what it looks like as you give Plea the breath of life.
Oh, I probably kneel down and stick my hand on his forehead and just close my eyes and
Kiss him.
I don't know. No
Havelock
kisses.
says while he's swinging his sword really ineptly. Like he's mostly distracted by this. He's like, give him a kiss.
Yeah, so I think one of my hand is on his forehead and the other one is my other hand is on his heart, and I'm casting the spell and hopefully maybe something glowy happens.
Okay. What's the
From the-
glowy thing look like though? Like, what's the magic look like?
What's the magic? It's probably just I want to say it's pure white, but
Slightly
Is it like
off-white.
just around your hands, or what is this? What's happening?
oh, I'd like it if it was just glowing around me because that'd be pretty cool. But I don't know if it's actually that. Maybe
You
I'm
can
thinking
describe
too
it. Make it
paladin
up.
like.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Make it look as cool as you want it to.
Yeah. What are you imagining in your head? What does this scene look like?
Okay, I'm imagining that my head is down, my eyes are closed, I'm concentrating really hard and praying to Pharasma as my hand is on his heart and the other hand is on his forehead. And then I can feel like some type of energy inside and it is radiating out to like a very faint white glow.
Okay. So you're like visualizing his soul off in the distance.
Yeah,
And bringing it
yeah.
back. Okay.
Right.
So you guys watch Xenesis do this ritual that you've never seen her do before, and there is this sort of white speckling light that leaves her, and goes up into the air, and it almost looks like little bits of water droplets are being pulled in a circle, and they just coalesce into this small orb that goes into Plea's mouth kind of slowly, and then he breathes with a sudden gasp of air, like he had been drowning or something. And his eyes will open because he's got enough health to be conscious. So, Plea, you gasp back to life with the awareness, I would assume, that you did indeed die. And we will explore some pharasmic things with that in just a moment.
Should have been +10.
Yes, it should have been +10. That's true.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So you get 5
Even
more
more health.
Plea, it is now your turn. You are prone on the ground.
Let's see. If I'm prone, I take a it's a -4 on attack rolls.
Yes.
And my wave blade's still in my hand, so that's a -8. If I wanna, I grab this motherfucker. It's a -8 on this roll.
Like a fucking horror movie where the guy didn't actually die.
The scum is like doing battle with a Havelock and like batting away his sword, thinking that he has successfully dispatched this monk, who then springs back to life, and his first action is to just reach out and grab this scum by both feet and just fucking like pull them apart as far as he can, so he's like doing the splits and can't move very well.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's a 28 to grapple him. I don't know if that succeeds.
And that's even with a negative level. Good grief.
Ilix, who was just about to like blindly rush across the room in rage and tackle this scum, instead sees Plea do his move on the ground and is heartened by that, and pulls out 3 of her remaining +1 arrows and opens fire on this asshole.
Oh my. Okay.
Oh god, my attack rolls
your,
are
your first one will hit,
Alright.
your second one will miss.
We found the real boss.
Yeah, so you're right. So that's gonna be a 13 plus 14, so 27.
Damn, okay. Yeah, so you blast a hole in this thing's like left frontal lobe, and it just like has this like stroke face now, and is not doing
dude,
well.
that's like that was his favorite frontal lobe.
Lobotomy's done quick.
Leopold.
Oh my god, it's not dead?
I
Holy
know,
shit.
it's got a lot of health.
Alright, well, I'll run over here, use the action of the instant reload from the bandolier, and try to take another shot at this thing. And am I within 30 now? I think I am. Yeah, so it's 28 and 15.
Oh yeah. How do you want to do this?
Just hit him right in the nose and just blow the entire back of his head right. So he just
Alright.
drops. Lobotomied and then just taken right out.
He just looks at you with his left half of his face all droopy as you shoot this bullet directly up his left nostril, and it just blows out the top of his head, and there's just brain meat all over the wall.
Alright, dude. I know I have the fucking like goblin pole fucking shit flipping out on my game. It's like super gruesome. Your shit is like existential terror.
Yeah.
You have this guy literally having a stroke face where half of his shit is not moving and bullets are going up his fucking nose.
Yeah.
As soon as the thing drops, Ilix drops her bow and rushes over to Plea and like basically like dives on top of him, like hugging him.
Aww.
I thought I lost you.
Plea like still has a trident wound in his chest somewhere.
I don't like. I think I like slide up to you maybe.
She squeezes him and
No,
there's
I
like,
like what you said.
The
Yeah.
trident
And you're
is
like,
still in there.
"Oh!"
Go with what you said because I think it makes
Yeah.
perfect sense that you would do
Yeah.
that. And I like recoil like a little bit in pain and like look at Ilix and like I don't say any words and I just like like grab her by like the sides of her face and give her a big old kiss.
Aww.
She a Tern returns it like, and
I
like
turned my
after
head
a
away to
moment,
give you some privacy.
Havelock
I-
just stares at you guys and
Yeah.
he looks over at Leopold and he says, "So how long can we watch this before it starts to get weird?"
And when Plea hears
Don't wanna watch
that,
it.
he stops and stands up and like immediately goes over to Xenesis and just hugs her for almost as long as he kissed Ilix, like just non-stop hugging. And then he walks up to Havelock and Leopold and just like grabs like one in each arm and just hugs them. And then signs.
yeah, Ilix will come up to Xenesis and like put her hands on her shoulder and lean in and kiss her on the forehead.
Really, it's all the work of Phrasma.
Stop
That's all I
scaring
can
us.
think.
Don't scare us like that, Play.
I think
Plea, well, right
after
there.
after all that hugging and stuff, Plea signs. I was dead. Like that was.
Wait, so if you were dead, does that mean you still got to be silent?
Ooh.
Plea signs. My vow to Pharasma doesn't end in death.
Mm.
Havelock
Okay,
goes,
well, it was worth a shot.
"Wait, you died. I
Xenesis
thought I
brought me
saw."
back from the other side.
Well,
Hav-
Phrasma, let's give her the credit. I'm just her tool.
But if you
Um,
hadn't been here,
Havelock raises an eyebrow and he says, "You've been to the other side. Did you meet the Lady of Graves?"
Yeah, I guess at this point, Chris, what happened when I was dead?
Mhm.
Well, Plea, you would have seen the Skyon, who is actually now in the room with you, but you would have been in kind of an empty black space of just nothingness, and the Skyon would have been there with you. You may have signed some questions, but she didn't really respond or acknowledge you. She just kind of stood there, like she was waiting for something to happen, and then you woke up.
I like that Pali is literally dead and in the afterlife, and he's still signing to like at like the gates of heaven, and he's still signing his messages.
Yeah, I think it's one of those like until I am given permission by Pharasma to break my vow. Like this is a promise that I made. Like my vow of truth and the vow of silence are like these are promises that I made to Pharasma forever.
Mhm.
Like so breaking them is something I could
that
only.
is what you remember from the other side.
Okay.
And as Havelock asks you that question, and you have that like brief moment of recollection, you are the only one who sees the Skyon on the other side of the room. She looks down at the pedestal where the hammer had been, and then she looks at you, and then she kind of walks into the wall and disappears.
Alright, now I didn't see that because my vision doesn't go far enough.
Well,
Are
you
you talking
did
about?
see her.
Okay.
She's over by the pedestal.
Also, is it the Scion or the steward?
The steward of the Skane, sorry.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm wondering if it's like someone I'd seen before or like something new.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, steward of the Skane.
Pharasma isn't like
was
Pharasma
like-
also saw like the Scion of something.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I sign. Well, I saw the steward again, and I think, and like as I say, like I think I see her now. Like I'm going to say, like I think I see her now. She just like walks through a wall. I'm like, well, never mind. She.
Yeah.
Travis.
You're the best. You always do so
The
good.
best gifts. Oh my god.
I know. Even when you're sick, your meme
But,
abilities are not dulled at all.
That
I've
is
lived here too long.
very accurate. I actually nearly said that she gives you a thumbs up, but that felt out of character, so I didn't.
Yeah.
It
But,
definitely
like,
would be out of character for
in
her.
spirit, that's what she did.
You did, yeah. I would say that definitely captures the spirit of what that's trying to communicate.
I look at Xenesis though after I see the Scion like walk through the wall and say, or the steward of the skein walk through the wall and say, I do think that she wants you to use this, and I like put my hand like on the raven's head.
Did feel pretty good to use it.
And then I give Xenesis another big hug for bringing me
Aw.
back, and then I just grab Elix's hand and just like hold her hand as we go through whatever the rest of the dungeon, and like search through my bag of holding for some potions because
Yeah, I was gonna give you one of my cure moderate potions.
I'm gonna use one of my cure serious too. Okay, cure
Okay.
moderate. I'll roll first.
Well, I was gonna heal you with a hug.
Aww.
Can do that. I don't like.
All right. While you're sifting through your bags, Havelock, very possessing little to no charisma or social awareness, just kind of grabs you in a big bear hug and gives you a cure light wounds. Yeah, it's a good hug, dude. That's a fucking solid ass hug.
Yeah.
It is
That's an
a
above
good hug.
average hug.
Yeah, that was like a deluxe hug.
My cure serious wounds is not a good cure serious wounds potion.
Oh shit.
No.
Yeah, there was some like bits of fly in there. Yeah.
The fly looked
And
really
then
healthy.
Oh,
you said
God.
you had a cure moderate.
A cure moderate for you.
Let's see, cure moderate. You can cast it level.
This one has lots of love in it.
It's just all ones.
Eh,
Well,
an acceptable amount of love.
An appropriate amount of love. Like you didn't brew the potion. You found it somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm just
Havelock
sitting
strokes
here.
his chin.
That's actually exactly an average amount of love.
yeah.
If I could bottle my hugs.
I'm enjoying all the healing. I'm just.
Yeah.
What a good team.
I like the thing that Xenesis is just like, wait a minute, y'all could heal this whole time too, and nobody ever did. You're just like, please do it.
Yeah, but like she's like the heal dispenser.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna use one of my
She's-
cure moderate wounds too.
She has a lot more heal on
Well,
tap.
before
than
you
me.
did that, you could ask for healing, and I could offer you an even bigger hug, or just drink it. Fuck it.
Don't you forget.
Feeling much better, and I look at everybody and say, coming back from the dead does seem to have drained me. I'm not feeling totally how I was before. Is that normal, Xenesis? I signed.
I would
Referring
say
to my-
typically. I mean, I've never experienced death myself personally, but if I were to imagine it, I think coming back from the dead is pretty harrowing. So, yeah, you're going to be a little bit fatigued, I'm sure. And so take it easy. You got great comrades surrounding you who love you dearly, and we're just glad that you're back.
You do have the ability to remove negative levels, Cynicis. Just
Well-
Well,
It's temporary.
No, the temporary. Yeah, that's temporary. But the
yeah, but she can remove it.
restoration, it also requires 1,000 gold pieces of diamond dust,
Yes.
which I don't think we have on hand.
It is assumed that if you have
Havelock
gold,
pulls out 1,000 gold worth of diamond dust. I just been carrying this. I thought,
well,
It's in a coke vial.
yeah.
Well, I mean, that's also using like I don't know.
well, I would need to rest anyways because I've already used it.
That
so,
slot
Yeah.
to
yeah.
Oh, okay.
to bring him back to life, probably.
No, it's a level
No.
5 to do
Oh.
that.
It's a level 3 for restoration, but she already used restoration. To elixir.
Restoration's a
Yeah.
level 4.
Oh, okay, yeah, but you already used
Yeah,
it like, on
lesser
her,
is
like,
3.
so like it makes sense.
Okay, so now that the dust has settled and you guys have welcomed Plea back to the land of the living and had a pretty intimate moment of reconnection, you start to, like, the silence kind of falls over the room, and the details of this place start to make themselves more keenly known to you, because now you're not, now you're not in like focused combat mission mode, and you have a better opportunity to kind of look around. So in here, at least in this corner that you hadn't seen before, there is a statue of carved green and black stone. Kind of looks like it was carved in one piece, but there's like different types of stone mixed throughout. So this was probably like pulled out of the ground and then carved. It is a creature that is neither fish nor eel nor octopus, yet contains features of all three. You've seen similar things to this before in the temple for Dagon. The walls around the statue have been decorated with hundreds of varieties of inlaid shells and pieces of strange reddish gold amid profane symbols that have been carved into the rock.
This is a foul place. Inquisitor, I think it would be best if this was all destroyed, yes?
Can I identify what this statue is depicting? Or
Yeah, sure.
I'm just trying to like, what kind of
it's-
vibe is it giving me?
It's Dagon,
evil.
isn't it? This
so
is the same thing we saw back at the.
Just give me knowledge religion, and we'll see where we go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So you recognize that this was a statue to Dagon, but for whatever reason they have covered his face with tentacles, and they've put like starfish on his arms, and he's got. They basically he looks a lot more tendrily than he used to. And with a 23 and your previous experience in Undiamede House with the central pedestal and the egg, I think you would recognize some of these symbols as being similar to that room. And so you think that this priest, whoever he was trying to convert this statue of Dagon into something else.
Oh,
Perhaps
like
a homage to Shub-Niggurath.
Oh, disgusting. I detect magic on it.
It is not magical.
Okay.
So what do you mean by changing it, as in like just trying to sculpt it differently?
He appears to have been decorating it.
Weird.
Gotcha.
Looks like they changed sides.
Well, why try to reappropriate a symbol of Dagon?
Out of character,
this
because Flea is
strange
definitely not smart
creature.
enough to do this. But like we know that most of the scum have mind control devices in them, and
Yeah, I
and
guess
there's
he
been a
could
bunch
be
of mind affecting.
controlled.
I'm going to look at the fat scum, and does he have a device on him?
He does not.
Is he a scum? Like, is he actually a scum? I think we kind of assumed that, but
He
maybe
does
didn't.
look like one, but his
Yeah.
form is sort of bizarrely bloated and not fat as you thought before. But he almost looks like he's swollen and like full of fluid.
Ilix has a premonition and says, "Mayhaps we should step back from that one. Recall the worms from Undiamede House. I fear that perhaps something sinister has taken hold within this larger scum. Havelock, perhaps it'd be best if you step back some."
It's probably wise. But before I go, I'm gonna collapse. I'm gonna grab the statue and yank it down on top of his body. If that works.
Give me a strength check.
Won't
Oh,
it-
18 will work.
18.
Won't it explode if it's got
So
swollen?
Havelock pulls the statue down, and it crushes the scum's body with a loud pop that sounds a bit like a large blister. And he just oozes goop all over the floor. You also hear the what sounds a little bit like the crunching of glass of something in his pocket.
Maybe I didn't fully think that one through.
But to your relief, no little worms come crawling out of his body.
Guess I could have checked him first, but
perhaps we do it carefully. You can at least see what it might have been. I will cover you.
All right. I keep Gabby's greatsword in one hand as I slowly advance and see if I can loot his pockets.
Sure.
I guess finding all the broken glass, just like ow, ow, ow.
Actually, the glass is a pretty small portion. It's just like in a little belt pouch. You can hear like a it sounds like wet glass, just crunching.
Yeah. I'm assuming he had a potion that I just destroyed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. If you give me a perception check, you can taste test the potion and identify it.
That seems like a fair.
That is a legitimate use of this perception skill.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, it's like DC 10 though. So yeah, you dip your like pinky into the pouch and you pull out a little bit of fluid with no like beads of glass in it, and you identify this as a cat's grace potion.
Well, dang it.
A useful one.
Well, we don't have it anyway. It's destroyed.
I know.
Nothing else on him.
You also find a very fine-looking dagger, a necklace that is sort of a piece of red fish gold in the shape of a fist, and then there is 750 gold worth of jewelry. Yeah,
Cool.
You know it's magical, but the amulet that is, but you're not able to identify it.
Yeah, I thought maybe a nat 1 wasn't going to quite do it.
No, but you would have detected magic as part of that, so you know that it is magical.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm not close enough to detect.
She sees it from across the room.
I mean,
You can approach.
You
and
can-
identify.
I take the stuff and I walk
Your
back
feet
over. And I
aren't
say,
frozen there. Like you can go. Yeah.
Well, I stepped away because I thought the thing was gonna explode with worms.
You know,
No, just
after the
cat's
game you
grace.
guys have had, it's not an unreasonable assumption.
yeah.
Yep.
I just died. Let's not risk anyone else dying.
Yeah. No. Exactly. I think that was very safe play.
Well,
Yeah, Xenesis, you identify this as a amulet of mighty fists +1.
This is a amulet of mighty fists. Ooh, don't know what that actually does, but sounds really cool.
well, you would know what it does.
Well, I have to look it up.
It grants an enhancement bonus of +1 to +5 on attack and damage rolls with unarmed natural attacks and natural weapons.
Interesting. That's a Leopold amulet if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, good buff.
On the other hand, Plea has just gone through a harrowing experience, and he did kill that one after all. Perhaps he ought to be the one to wear this amulet.
Complaints from me.
What was it for again?
+1.
Attack and damage rolls with unarmed attacks and natural weapons.
Oh, nice.
Unarmed would be, yeah.
Like your
Like the
fists.
plea.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yes.
And it is an enhancement bonus, so I don't know if you already have that from other abilities, but
Oh, so you're,
I do not.
so because enhancements they don't stack. Is that what you mean?
Correct.
Yeah.
I do have an amulet of mighty fist, Ghost Touch, which I use to punch ghosts. But
That's
this
handy.
one is good
That's
for
fisty.
punching everything.
This one works on non-ghosts too, which is like, well, I guess technically.
Well, the
most
Ghost Touch
people
one lets
are-
me do full physical damage to ghosts. Like,
Yeah.
I don't suffer the half penalty for using corporeal weapons and stuff. This is good, period. It will replace my amulet of natural armor.
Wait, alternatively, this amulet can grant melee weapon special abilities so long as they can be applied to unarmed attacks.
Yeah, that's my Ghost Touch is basically this, but instead of +1, it's Ghost Touch.
Huh.
Yep. You're just gonna collect these now.
I will just have a bunch of different.
Interesting.
I'll just drape them all on my neck and like pick one at a time. Like this one.
Yeah.
I invoke you right now. Just blinged out.
You're fucking Flavor Flav walking around.
Oh no, I imagine that you have like one of those fucking like really elaborate necklace holders like in your bag of holding, and you just like pull that out. Like,
This will go well with my Ghost Touch one, and I put it in the slot next to it. It's like one of those like jewelry, like those pyramid scheme jewelry selling things.
yep.
It's one of those for next.
Please, this amulet has a fine chain you can use to grapple opponents and tie their hands behind their back while you stab them to death. Okay. Did you record the rest of the stuff?
I have
we got?
Amulet of Mighty Fist +1, a fine-looking dagger. I don't know if that's like a masterwork.
It's a
dagger, I'm
masterwork
guessing.
dagger. Yeah.
And then jewelry worth 750 gold, which once we get to town I can sell.
Yeah.
Handy.
That is on him. I don't think the. Let me see if the scum have anything on them in particular.
Does the summoned water elemental have anything?
Nope, unfortunately.
Bubbles.
Yeah, no. The scum just have scale mail and tridents. They're both masterwork though, so I guess it's worth some money.
She's got a +10 greatsword in her scabbard, and I pick it up and I go, guys, look! But as soon as I do, she dissipates. The spell ends.
Okay.
Are the tridents masterwork?
Yeah,
Or
the
just
tridents
scale?
are also masterwork. Sorry if that wasn't clear.
So 2 masterwork
Handy.
tridents.
Handy.
Cool. Possible monies.
Mm-hmm.
Could be good.
There's also various like fish gold things on the wall. If you wanted to take the time to pull those off, they might be worth money.
So they're just like barbarically kind of random junk, just kind of attached to the wall?
Yep.
I think anything small, so probably not like.
I'll perceive to see if I can see what parts are valuable and about how long it would take us to yank it all off.
Probably about 5 minutes to collect all the valuables with the people you have, all covering different walls.
Yeah, I think that's worth it.
Okay.
What do y'all say?
Miscellaneous.
Yeah, I start unpacking the walls.
Old valuables.
Okay. There is 1,200 gold worth of fish gold and stuff on the walls.
Hey.
Sorry, yes, I will help.
Wait a minute.
I was fighting a stink bug.
Oh yeah, you gotta battle those.
Oh yeah, no, it flew by me, and I was about to say something, so you would have just heard me go, like in the middle of me.
Ah, yes.
It had to die.
You need to teach him his place.
He's gone now. He's flushed
Okay.
down the toilet.
So you guys pillage the room, and there's like jingling sounds as Plea moves around with his bag and collects all of it.
I'm just saying, that was 14,400 gold per hour. It was only 5 minutes worth of work, but still.
It's fair.
Well worth.
I love
Okay.
when people post those like ridiculous.
So-
It's like, look at this strategy for making this much gold per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can only do it once, and it's only 30 minutes,
Mhm.
and so you didn't
Okay,
actually. Make that much.
Leopold, why don't you give me a perception from where you're at? Oof. You are distracted by shiny red gold.
Mm,
Xenesis, why don't you give me a perception?
There.
yes.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Good
I also
perception.
want to mention that you guys are welcome to listen along with me on Spotify.
Test.
For music that I try to pick to accompany what we're doing.
Ooh.
Alright.
Do you need to turn down my music?
Okay,
How do we do
Xenesis.
that?
Is it
Um,
pool party, baby?
After
was a
you
pool party.
put some of your gold into Plea's bag and you move back towards the door, you hear down the hallway what sounds like somebody kind of, asking for help.
Hmm.
Hello? Is someone out there?
I kind of turn and look at my parties and have that weird, like, eyebrow raise. Is anybody else hearing that? Do you guys hear a call for help?
Hear what? I move up and listen.
There's some muffling voice that sounds like they're calling for help. They don't sound.
Is someone out there?
They sound somewhat distressed. Oh.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
please.
Yep, Plea hears it for sure. Yeah, so it's coming from the tunnel on your right, Leopold. So everybody.
Plea,
know
perhaps
that.
we should scout ahead.
Plea nods in agreement, and he's still like, even though we sort of split up to take stuff off the walls, like I haven't let go of Alex's.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
we're pretty well glued to each other.
Aww.
I am sensing motive to see if I get any kind of hunch, but 19 I don't think is going to do much.
Yeah, the voice sounds a little desperate. Like maybe they haven't heard anyone in a while.
Havelock readies his greatsword and turns to Plea and says, I have the utmost faith in you, of course, but perhaps I ought to lead the way for a bit.
Please help us.
All right, hold your horse.
I can't see him. I don't know where I am.
It's
Fuck.
coming from this way.
It was coming
Oh.
from this way.
Wait. Said the
I'll
cave-
lead the
Maybe I
way.
should
All
be
the
going first.
He said
Now
the
let's
cave to your
avoid that
right.
shit.
Yeah, so that definitely means down.
Well, Leopold's right would have been this way,
No,
not
right on
Maybe
the
if
map.
I was like this.
okay.
Jeez.
Well, I'm saying he's here. He's looking south.
It's
To
fine.
his right would be the other
Moving
way.
on.
All right.
Yeah, Ilix is coming up right behind him.
Okay, Havelock, you have
Yeah.
now have now entered the space where you're able to see inside this room. This too looks like it was very meticulously made. The walls are very smooth and well polished, and every 5 feet or so around the outside of the room is a metal-looking, almost like a cone with a little glass bowl on it. Did I cut out?
Not too
You're-
bad.
You're
Okay.
a little,
Crackly.
yeah.
There was a brief disconnection there. So there's like a metal cone with 3 legs, and there's kind of a little fishbowl looking thing on top.
Okay. A metal cone with 3 legs.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine what that
Is
looks
the cone
like.
upside
But,
down?
I'll step here and I'll examine them.
Sure. As you come up close to it, you can see that there is a well, give me a heal check.
Uh-oh, it's a body part.
Yeah, so you recognize this as being a brain, and it has some wires hooked up to it, and then there is at the base you can see some small knobs and some metal circular openings that have grating over them, and then from the far side of the room opposite you, the voice.
My
chimes
left
in
or
again.
right?
The far right side of the room.
So this way?
Can't see where you're pointing.
I'm
No,
trolling.
the right side of the map.
I'm trolling.
Rude.
Oh, you're here. So could you help lead me out of here? I don't know where I am, and I don't know what they did to me, but I can't see.
I looked at. It sounds like the voice is coming from this particular bowl. I kind of. Does it look different from the rest of them?
No.
What sort of foul mechanism is this?
Nothing
Oh
good.
my god. Sure. Just relax a moment. We'll figure out how to help you.
Hemlock, is that you? What are you doing here?
Do I recognize this voice?
Oh God.
You do. It sounds like Mayor Greedle. That seems to be coming from this one.
Wait. So. Oh. Okay. Mayor Greedle?
Yes, thank goodness you're here. I don't really remember what happened.
All right, Mayor. Take it easy. I'm sure you're going to be fine. Don't worry about your discorporeated state at the moment. All things can be healed through phrasma.
What is that word that you just used there?
I don't know. I just copied it.
Don't fear not. We're tending to the situation.
I need will saves from everyone.
Fuck yeah. Ooh, Leopold.
They're all
Nice.
pretty good. Oh yeah.
Nice.
With all the horrors you've seen today, this doesn't bother you. At least not to the point of losing any sanity.
These are the town folk. Some of them, at least,
This is what
the
they've been
victims
doing.
of the cult.
Well, now I suppose we know what this cult's been doing with the villagers
Well,
of.
we're not victims yet. We can get out of here. Just help. Just come on. Let's go.
To what
Sure.
purpose would
Just
they?
take my hand and let's leave.
I examine these cones to see if there seems to be any way of if I can articulate any way of manipulating them. Perhaps drawing from my experience using the machine to control the beast.
There are a pair of knobs on the front.
Oh man, I am not the guy for this.
You would want to use magic device if you wanted to do something in particular.
Havelock hovers his hand over it and then just remembers that he's never done anything well, and then says, "Xenesis, could you
Remembers
take
what a
look
fuck up he is.
at this? We might, perhaps there's something that can be done for these people."
Okay. Yeah. Oh, look at that one. So I need to roll a what spell?
Use magic device.
Oh, can I cast guidance on me?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, I cast guidance, so this will be a... Oh god, that's 11.
So Xenesis starts turning knobs,
Oh,
and there's a loud feedback sound that happens.
I seem a little bit fatigued from resurrecting our good friend Flea. I can't figure this out.
Perhaps do it the other way. That it really bothers Ilix with her super sensitive perception.
I can imagine.
Oh yeah, you're no longer insane, so you have all your wisdom back.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Hang on, I don't know. Maybe this.
How long can we be
Just
there
undo
to
the thing that you did.
re-roll it again?
Are you gonna turn it back down?
Oh. Okay, so I thought so I don't need to re-roll to try to do something different.
Well, you didn't succeed at whatever.
You didn't say that you were gonna do anything after that. So are you turning it back down?
I look at Ilix. Yeah.
Who is cringing and looking at you intently, hoping that you will undo what you did.
Okay, I don't think this is working, and then yes, I will. I will go the opposite direction of what.
So you
Sorry,
basically wind back what you did, and it just.
This
Sorry.
This is foul. This is unnatural.
Somehow they have put the brains into these.
Perhaps we should discuss this outside the
Wait,
room.
what do you mean our brains are in jars?
I was.
My
That was.
brain's not in a jar. Like, my hand's
That
right
was
here.
an aside to the audience.
What?
Couldn't hear
what
that.
what happens to Leopold? Because he also fiddles with it.
I was trying to undo what you did, whatever you
Oh.
did, but I wasn't.
Yeah, we'll
Make it
just
work.
we're gonna waive that one.
Please signs to everyone as they like start talking the brains in the jars and says we should not say anything here, and leaves the room.
Rest assured, townsfolk, that we'll devise a solution and we'll return to you post haste.
I really think we ought to just get out of here now. Just take my hand. Like, why are you messing around with me? I can't
There's
see
too much.
anything.
There's too much danger back the way we came.
We've gotta get
It
out
would
of
be
here.
best
They're
for you
gonna
to
summon the
remain.
old gods.
It would be best for you to
Who's-
remain here.
Who's going to summon the cult of Dagon?
What do you mean, cold the dig? No, there's the freaking bug creatures here.
The bug creatures.
They're gonna summon the outer god. I don't even.
The winged ones that we saw before.
Mayor Greedo,
Yeah, those.
we are working on a way to get you all out of here, and I give you my oath that we'll do so. But
And
I
if
can't hear you
anything,
now, I mean, I can hear you. You were like 5 feet away from me. Just take my hand and let's go.
it's not easier.
The situation is too dangerous the way we came for you all to make it.
Yeah.
we'll
We are
have
warriors
to,
and fighters. You're simple folk. It would be
Mhm.
best for you to remain in a safe place until we can assure that your lives will not be lost in the passing.
Okay, yeah, give me a fresh bluff check for that one.
Anyone want to help me?
It's kind. I cast guidance.
Oh, Wait, can he re-roll it twice though?
He didn't.
The
Bluff
star
was
pass
the-
for a
I'm in
fresh
GM,
one.
I can let
Yeah, it was
Oh.
a different one. Yes.
Nice.
I forgot my voice changer was still on. Sorry about that.
All good.
Yeah, so he does seem to calm down. He was getting kind of worked up. Well, I guess that's probably true. I guess I can wait here, but man, I really can't see. Like, can you like make sure that it's gonna be safe in here? Like, I don't want to get I don't want to get put in that room again and strapped to that table. I mean, I lost my sight last time. And
Can you explain to us what happened to you? We searched for you and weren't able to figure out what happened. It appeared that there was a break-in in your office and your home.
Well, yeah, some like fish monster people came in and they fucking clocked me on the head, and then I woke up here in like I don't know, some kind of cave, and then a little while later they took me in front of these like, I don't know, they look like big mosquito looking things,
Yeah, they're dead now.
and they
Well, some
Wow.
of them are.
all of them. Well, that's pretty impressive. Well, why can't we
A
just
lot
leave
All
of
that we have
then?
seen have fallen.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, yeah, they took me into this room, and there was this big I guess you'd call it like a dome. Well, it was more like a sphere, I suppose. And you could see like the water outside, and they they strapped me to a table, and then I couldn't see anymore, and then well, the rest is a little fuzzy.
Have we seen this rune that they're talking about yet, or no?
You would remember seeing a large dome-like structure when you were outside.
Yeah, but we haven't seen it from the inside. Cause like
No,
he's
you have
describing
not.
seeing out through the water and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay. I see. And then you woke up here.
Yeah, with all the other folks, and they can't really see either.
Are all the other bowls, are they talking at all, or
There is
or full?
there
or...
has been a little bit of chatter, but they're much quieter.
They all appear to be occupied.
Yes, and some of them are gurgling, and they sound a little bit like scum talking.
Okay, well, maybe just leave those ones. So this basin is definitely not something we could like pick up and take with us. This is like it's like in an incubation chamber
Yeah,
at the moment, right?
I have some art for this.
What
Somewhere.
is the deal with like using mechanical shit to mind control people in this campaign? Like the whoever wrote this shit had a very clear motif in mind, and like they keep coming back to it.
Lovecraft.
Yeah, but not using machines to Frankensteinly mind control shit.
Lovecraft.
That's a Lovecraft thing?
Yes, it is.
Well, okay. Mind control. That's not
Mind
so much.
control?
This what's going on right here.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
This is the Whisperer in Dark.
Whisper in the Dark. Yeah.
All right. I'm learning a lot.
By the way, Darp,
Whitney,
I have
could
to
you share the art
absolutely,
that you had for this?
I have to absolutely commend you on doing the description of what a brain cylinder sounds like.
Yeah.
The tinny like zump, zump.
Yeah.
It's good. I like it.
Maybe
Oh,
turn
well.
the brightness down a
Yeah.
little bit.
Whitney, it's just a
Yeah,
white square.
I don't know what happened.
Gotta submit that to an art gallery. Millions.
It's the new
Check
Jackson
out this
Pollock.
awesome art that was provided. Yeah, so we do this. We
Yeah.
commissioned this really nice piece of art, and then we just covered it in layers and
Yeah.
layers of white paint.
Seems like the contrast on this is at about 9,000.
Yeah.
Tone it back just
Negative 9,000.
a skosh.
Zero contrast.
Set it to shit zillion white poles.
Also, make fun of like the quote white canvases, but some of them are actually really fantastic art if you see them in person.
All right, I'm just gonna say this. I don't know what it is about being sick, but your humor is like way jacked up right now, Travis.
I'll
You're
have to
dropping
be sick more
bangers
often.
all day. I don't know what it is.
That's really good.
When Travis cannot speak in words, he speaks in meme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All
I
the stuff
revert-
that all the blood that would normally go to your like voice center is gone to your meme center
There you go.
instead.
It's like the hindbrain.
Oh, I see.
God, it even looks like what it was described as.
Cool.
You sound so strained as you say that.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Well, think about it. Like we had to
Oh,
roll to not
good.
go insane from looking at. Like
Yeah.
they make us very uncomfortable.
I don't think it's the
Let's
brains in
see.
jars so much that makes you uncomfortable as the fact that they're still alive people.
And they're unaware of what's happened to them because we could be brains in jars. We don't. We are our brains. We are
Man.
piloting meat suits.
The question is like, what is the purpose of these?
I don't think asking them is gonna help.
I'm not asking that. This is not in character. This
Yeah.
is me, like the player talking. Like, are they using like? Why would they keep the brains alive? They're keeping the brains alive to, I assume, hook them up to bodies to control. Maybe.
Can we roll like some form of knowledge to see like if there would be a purpose to doing this? Is there some sort of like knowledge arcana check that we can do to be like, not that Plea can do it, obviously. Please, dumb as shit, but somebody
If
in
you
the
can
party
come
might
up
be.
with something, I'll try to give you something.
I'm going to make a case for intimidate.
How?
Okay.
I have a lot of points in it.
I'm gonna make in that case. I'm gonna make a case for grapple. I'm gonna grapple these things until I know the answer.
I know it's a bit.
He could wrestle with the facts.
I know it would be a bit meta dart, but perhaps I could suggest planes.
Yeah, you could.
My fucking sense motive rolls are just poopy.
Poo-poo dog shit.
Well, I think you only need a 20 to get a hunch.
Yeah, but it doesn't just, it's not magic. It doesn't just
I
give
know.
you a hunch for everything. This would be well outside of the prescribed use
Yep.
of sense
That's
motive.
true.
So I was hoping if I rolled like 30 or
I would
up.
recommend that people who have knowledge to roll like knowledge planes because most of these things are extraplanetary and or extraplanetary. or maybe Knowledge Arcana, because maybe this is some form of spell component to summon something. But I don't have either of those and can't make a case.
Yeah.
We need an interdimensional cell phone so we can call Cardi and
Okay.
Seriously,
No,
Michael?
what we need is my lackey that knows about
Yes.
arcane shit.
Sure. Everybody, why don't you all give me wisdom or intelligence checks? Your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not intelligence for Havelock.
That's
Okay.
beautiful wisdom.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
I need to get to.
So Havelock and man, it's really just Havelock. You think that you've got a possibility worked out in your head. That if you were alien to this place and you wanted to collect information easily without having to worry about your subjects running away, and you wanted to conduct experiments, it would be pretty useful to keep their brains alive and occupied in a place where they don't take up much space, and they can,
Okay.
provide you with information.
I posted a picture of how I think I pitch my theory, considering
Yeah.
Havelock's general just sort of
Alien.
Flea, actually, before we discuss this at all, Flea pulls everyone out of the room.
Yeah, yeah. We should definitely have any conversations outside that
Yeah.
room.
Well, I hope y'all. Oh, I should probably radio, huh?
We'll come back for
I
you.
need some help in here, and we're not gonna. Okay, you're gone, aren't you? Okay.
Okay, so I
Like
gotta
he's
ask
answered
you-
by silence. Oh, okay, you're gone, aren't you?
I know that's a lot of like crazy technology in there. Why would they hook up a voice box to all those brains? It seems like a very, very weird
Flea
choice.
signs to Havelock. How else do you ask someone a question?
Well, did they seem in their human bodies? That's how I usually do it. Much easier to threaten and coerce something that has a corporeal form that I can threaten.
It's possible that whatever the device is gives those creatures more control over the mind.
But
Plus,
what
the
are
brain
they-
can't defend itself.
What are they doing with these things? Are they using their mental energy, somehow harnessing it, or
Those creatures. What did we identify the Migo or the fungi from Yogoth?
Yeah.
Did we learn their names?
Yeah, you know they're called.
Voice box is still on.
You still have the radio on?
Oh yeah.
you can leave it on if you want. I mean,
It just kind of sounds like you're radioing in from Vietnam, like the Tet Offensive's going on or
Good
something.
morning, Vietnam.
Somewhere.
well,
It's
I
very
think there's
Fallout appropriate.
that site begs many questions, but I don't know that we've got more to learn from Mayor Greedle. It seems that they were all taken to this dome place, and I don't see any way we have of helping them unless perhaps there's something we can do if we're able to recover their bodies, but they clearly aren't here.
Yes.
Or where their bodies are, if they are doing anything with them. That being said, it seems to be beyond our understanding.
Hmm.
I don't think they have the same rationality that we do.
No, these creatures are clearly up to no good, though.
They were attempting to perform surgery on us when we encountered them.
Specifically, your head, Havelock.
Yes.
Yes, they did.
It's like that should we have fallen, we would be in similar containers.
I think a chill runs through Havelock when he says, or when you say that, he says, it's some strange form of undeath. They're not alive, but they can't die.
It might
They-
blur the lines between living and death. The machine, I guess, takes on the functions that the body would, although more
Almost
limited.
like immortality?
If that's immortality, I don't want.
Yes, count me out.
I feel that Pharasma would have much to say about such a state.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay,
think
great.
she's saying it.
What would Pharasma's opinion be towards immortal creatures?
I think she.
Yeah. Or creatures that have immortality, or a kind of
Well,
an
Pharasma's
undeath.
mostly concerned about souls and
Mhm.
Yeah.
like humanity type
Yeah.
race.
I
Like
mean, if the
humanoid
soul is
races.
the soul is trapped in a device.
I think
Yeah.
if it's natural, it's
essentially.
okay.
Fair enough.
This is distinctly not.
Right.
Yeah, this is an interruption to the natural order of.
Yeah. That's
Of
kind of what I
Mhm.
was reaching for. I
Yeah.
could
He
get the words.
Please signs that when we should find out how this happened to them, because he mentioned a room and then he describes the room again, like the glass dome. And if there's no way to return them to their bodies, we should tell them.
I agree. I wouldn't want to be like that.
Yes. I think we would have no choice.
But I think if it comes down to it, we may have no choice but to release them from the shackles of this undeath that they live in.
We're not at to that point yet. We should continue to search for this dome and see if we're able to recover their bodies.
Plee reaches out and grabs Alexa's hand and gestures forward for everyone to continue.
Mm.
Okay.
All right.
Give me perception checks, everybody.
Yeah, I can already. I don't know about the rest of you, but I can already see something at the end of the hallway.
Uh-huh.
So
I cannot.
if I see, like, look and see that, I would like deliberately stop everybody before moving any further than where Havelock is.
Okay. Give me. So those are good perceptions. Give me stealth checks as well.
Where are you? There we go.
Can I cast guidance? No.
Ugh.
I'm not a stealthy guy.
Yeah,
said-
that's
Ching
15.
chong.
So everybody who rolled perception, you guys all, as you're talking, you hear a soft electrical humming sound off in the distance, and it sounds a bit cyclical. So it's like just over and over. It's not really getting louder, but it is present now, where it wasn't the last time you were in this hallway. And Ilix, you can actually put motion to this sound. You see this strange machine against the far wall, and there is a pair of well, I guess your low light vision is kind of black and white, so it's not really colored, but it's a pair of they look a bit like lightsabers almost, just kind of rotating in a circle.
General Grievous.
General Kenobi.
And as Havelock
Oh, yeah.
and you guys are having your discussions, Havelock's voice must have been particularly loud or carrying, because the creature in the middle begins walking, not quickly, but definitely deliberately towards you all.
Ilix will
Mm.
like, there's one approaching. Some tall creature. I don't know what it is.
Havelock lifts
I
up the
swapped to
great
the
sword.
I swapped to the musket.
All right, it's initiative time.
I think I recognize that thing from before.
I should hope so.
Oh fuck! They're the blinkers. Had we identified these guys? Oh, I had identified them.
Yeah, dimensional shamblers.
Yeah.
Well, where'd my music go? Oh, it's just really quiet.
Let's see. I don't remember if I have music for this fight. I do not.
I do.
Okay. Alrighty. So the beasties get to act first. And you all saw them coming, so that is fine. We're gonna go with our good friend, the Shambler first. He is going to
Perhaps shamble or dimension.
Yes, he is going to do both of those things. But he is going to begin by walking up to Havelock. At which point, or should I say, shambling up to Havelock. And he is going to try to grab you. As soon as I find
24.
the place where this combat is written. Okay, what did you say your CMD was?
24.
Okay. He rolled a 31. So you,
That's bigger than 24. That number's bigger.
You has been grabbed.
Great.
I believe that it would be his turn. This Mygo is going to buzz across the room to you all. And there will be some clicking sounds as he raises up this strange-looking rod. It looks like some sort of mixture of metal and crystal. Bits of it are transparent. And he is going to fire at you. As soon as I remember how this works.
It just shoots radio waves. It's fine.
They're microwaves.
I think Ilix is the only one that's going to be safe from this.
Yay!
It is a 60-foot cone.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Rip,
everybody needs
folks.
to make reflex saves.
Can I even make reflex saves?
Yes.
Yes.
Zenesis has been working on those back handsprings that I've been showing her.
You can
Inspired
make
by
reflex saves.
plea.
You just have a penalty.
If I succeed, I take 0 damage.
That's probably good.
Yeah, it's very good.
So if you reflex, you will take 15 damage. If you do not reflex, you will take full damage. And the reflex save is 17, so everybody succeeds.
No, I failed.
Why?
Because
I'm
you said it
grappled.
takes a penalty.
Oh, I thought you had the penalty already added in there.
I don't even know what the penalty is.
Minus 4 dex, so it'd be minus 2.
Do you have a plus 12 in your reflex? Jeez.
I have a no.
16.
No, Leopold.
Oh.
Dexy.
So I take how much damage?
31.
Okay.
Holy fuck. I just moved to see what his health was, that's all.
What is this? What's it feel like? What is this attack?
It is cold damage. This mist begins emanating from the rod rather quickly, and it washes over you a bit like a blizzard.
Fucker.
I'm gonna make that thing jump. Then.
And in addition to that, after the snow, misty fog stuff has all hit you, it isn't dissipating. It remains foggy and hard to see in this area.
Grand. Can I spellcraft to see if I can identify what that was?
Sure.
Which I'm assuming that was a magical weapon of some sort. No. Well, definitely don't know what happened.
Yeah, afraid not. You know it was cold damage in a cone.
Yep.
Yep.
I guessed.
Plea taps Leopold on the shoulder and points at the bug and just like makes the shooty sign.
And then the other one is going to pick up this body, and then there's going to be, which sounds like the electrical sound is a little different now. And Elix, you're the only person that can see this creature. If you peek around the corner, it takes this body and loads it into the machine, and the machine shreds it a bit like a wood chipper.
Oh, gods, that's the machine there. It just destroyed a body with it.
Cynicis.
Okay, I want to try to spellcraft the thing that he just. Yeah.
Oh, I guess actually, Elix, you can't see. Whatever.
Oh, well, I mean, I could make a perception check.
I
but,
think you. I think you saw it happen before the cone. We'll just say
okay.
That.
Oh, is he holding one of those lightsaber things? Is that
no.
what he's using? Okay.
No.
There's another Mygo across the room.
I'm assuming my spellcraft is not good enough, correct?
16 spellcraft. You would you would recognize that this is alien technology that is not going to be something you're familiar with. But if you had to pick a spell that it reminded you of, it is probably a mixture of Cone of Cold and Fog Cloud.
This is definitely alien.
Cone of Cold Fog Cloud.
Yeah, but it's very similar to Cone of Cold.
It hurts.
Yeah, you're gonna be okay. All right. So if I step here, will I provoke?
Maybe.
I don't think you have a way of knowing
Grappled
that.
creatures don't provoke AOS.
Okay.
You
Cool.
would know that.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna step there and I'm gonna try to attack. Okay. So didn't roll very good.
Yeah.
That
So
one
you
definitely misses.
you miss.
Well, and that one's going to come up from time to time.
Yeah, that's gonna 5% of the time.
1 in 20 rolls.
It was a 5-foot
But
step,
your
though,
second
so-
attack, I believe, just hits. So you will deal 12 damage, which is not insubstantial.
And we now know it's not undead.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, we probably know these. Are
Yeah,
I think we had established that
You
already.
recognize this from earlier, yeah.
It's been months since we had that very first combat in this dungeon.
That's fair.
Our characters would definitely remember this from an hour ago, or not even an hour ago, like 20 minutes ago.
Some of them would.
Oh yeah, Alex wouldn't.
How about just hang in there?
It's cold and also foggy!
It's getting me!
Okay.
Alex.
Okay. So, question. Did we establish that these creatures were evil outsiders.
They are.
I had identified it
Yeah.
before, so I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, I tell everybody. I remember, aim for the center of mass. That way, you're less likely to miss their blurring limbs. And I will confer upon you my my hunter's bond.
How much?
So you guys will have a +2 to hit and +1 damage versus evil outsiders.
Nice.
And I will attack, and I'm going to make a trick shot as one of my hunter's tricks. Standard action, I can make a ranged attack that ignores concealment, but not total concealment, soft cover, and partial cover. And I'm going to make that attack against your boy right here. As long as you rule that he doesn't have like total concealment from me.
No. I would say he has cover though.
Yeah. So I can ignore the cover with this.
Okay.
So this is going to be so just this first attack.
Okay.
And so that is
That'll
going to
do,
be
pig.
okay. So
Yeah.
since this guy's an evil outsider, that's going to be a 26 to hit.
You're shooting the Shambler?
No, the Migo. Or
So
if
he's both concealed and covered because the fog does make it hard for you to see in here.
Yeah. So I ignore soft cover, partial cover, and I ignore concealment, but not total concealment.
He's totally concealed because fog cloud would make it so you can't see on the other side of the fog cloud.
Okay, then I will shoot the Shambler instead.
Okay.
So
Well,
yeah, 20.
He's totally concealed from you also.
The cone itself is.
Oh, so we're all totally so all that's
Yeah.
in that is totally concealed.
Yes.
So all those squares, yeah.
That blows. Total concealment's 50% mischance. Well, titty sprinkles.
You can see 5
I
feet
can't
away
move.
from you, basically. A creature within 5 feet has regular concealment. Anyone farther away has total concealment.
I know where I saw the dimensional shambler come up. I'm gonna put my faith in the gods of the forest.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make that attack against him.
Shoot at the sound of my screaming! He's on me!
So yeah. If you want to roll the D100 or however we want to determine that.
Oh god, I think he's inside!
I'm going to choose high if you give me the option.
Okay, I rolled a 43 and you miss.
All right.
Dang.
Leopold.
I'm gonna take aim at where that motherfucker was when he shot that cone bullshit at him with the musket.
Oh, the
Yeah.
musket.
Because seeking.
Hooray.
I'm gonna do a full round action, spend a grit, target hand, shoot that motherfucker right out of his hands, or at least
nice.
unless I nat one. Hey, I didn't. So it doesn't deal any damage, but it does shoot it out of his hand. And
So
I will
it's
swift
a
action
disarm.
reload. It's a disarm. I'm disarming whatever that fucking thing was out of his hand.
Okay.
That's what you get when you bring a
Please get the
elemental fire hose to a gunfight.
Yep.
You shoot his hand, and you hear a as it.
Please get the bug. It's disarmed.
You hear it get hit by that, and yeah, I guess you just have such a good memory of where it was holding the object that you can.
I mean,
It's a magical weapon.
It's a magical weapon.
Such a
I
bullet.
envision it. So basically, you're envisioning it in your mind, and what you envisioned
Where he
happened.
was.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's like those bows from Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah, pretty much. Havelock.
Havelock taps into his training and remembers what police said in an Obi-Wan Kenobi voice. Havelock, if you're ever grappled and I'm there, just chill. I'll handle it. And then he just delays his action until after plea.
Okay. Plea.
Fair move. Flea walks up next to the Shambler outside the cone and grapples. Ooh, I rolled a 4.
Oof.
And I'm missing a level. So
Oh. Only a level 9 monk.
I'm only a level 9 monk. So I don't know if that will succeed.
But alive.
You just barely do succeed at
Cool.
grabbing the Shambler.
So now I am controlling the grapple, and he is. But me and him are now grappling.
So he loses his grapple on Havelock then.
Yes.
Okay.
Sort of a daisy chain type situation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Havelock, grapple plea. Complete the circle.
Complete the circle.
Okay. I can see 5 feet in front of me. I'm
Yes. But there's
going.
still. Oh shit! I should have rolled concealment for that.
Me and him are both outside the cone.
I drew the cone poorly, but it does cross through that square.
Oh, okay.
Because it's on him too.
Can I move through a grappled creature's square?
Yeah.
He doesn't have AOs.
He doesn't have AOs, but
Or
let's make
I'll
sure that
just-
he's actually grappled. I rolled a 24, so you succeed. Go ahead.
Okay. As I feel its arms or whatever unwrap from off of me, I can see. I can just see them both. I slide past toward that Migo that I saw fly up, and I'm gonna swing at him. Single attack.
He appears to be currently searching around on the floor.
Yeah. I mean that's
Stop him from doing
probably
that
not the
shit.
wisest,
Oof.
but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, your attack connects for sure.
Yeah,
Second
just the first
one,
attack.
yeah.
It's just the first.
Yep. Does quite a bit of damage. And you do slashing, so you overcome that. Yeah.
You got an extra point from Mabiz.
I already included that as a buff.
Okay, so you bring your greatsword down on his little bug head as he's searching around on the floor for the thing he dropped. It is now the baddie's turn. He is going to try and take control of the grapple.
He automatically fails.
Why is that?
Freedom of movement.
Oh. He doesn't know that you have that, so he's going to try anyway, and he will fail. Okay. Xenesis.
I love this fucking spell.
Okay.
So good for you.
So good.
You're an unstoppable grapple and murder machine.
So I'm gonna try to attack again. If he's in the cone, does that mean you still have to roll even though I'm like 5 feet?
You can see 5 feet in front of you.
Yep, you can see his vague outline through the fog.
Oh, he has concealment.
Yes.
All right.
Partial,
They
not-
probably all miss.
No.
Oh.
He's gonna have less AC because he's grappled. Let me
Oh
check.
yeah. It should. So I didn't add the buffs. So the first one would be 19, the second one would be 12.
Yeah, your first one will hit.
Okay.
And then it's +1 on your damage if you do hit
Right.
from the concealment. So
Mhm.
that'll be a 13.
13.
Oh. Sounds like you hit.
Yep.
With a big punk.
Great.
Yep.
Sinister, we're taking you to the gym after this chapter. We are getting you a belt of
Yes.
giant strength.
We're gonna have a
pecking it with the-
montage and everything.
We're doing a montage. We're doing a Rocky montage.
I'm
Oh
glad
my
our
God.
heads were in the same place on that.
I'm sorry.
Get up, Xenesis!
I keep forgetting to do other actions. The
there's
Migo
other
actually
monk.
need to go because I only did the Shambler.
We'll try to remind you every time.
I
Hey,
can't-
everything
I
is
can't-
an
I can't say anything. You remember my last combat?
Mm,
So yours was
Okay.
extra confusing because you had like 17 billion
It's
goblins.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
It can be rough. So you're actually gonna have partial concealment to them. Oh,
Hey,
Just
y'all
kidding.
notice that there's 2 of them now?
just kidding. They have blind sight, so that's
Yeah.
not real. Okay, so they're going to attack you.
Blindsight's great, by the way. I want it eventually.
did you know that orcs have blind fight?
No, that
It's
can't be
different.
true, right?
That's
That's
different.
different?
Blind fight is
Okay.
different than blind sight.
Oh, okay. Because there's a okay.
Okay, so this one only gets to attack you with the 1 claw. The other one is stationary, however, and gets to retaliate against you for whacking it earlier while it was looking for its wand. So here we go in rapid succession: 21, 29, 23, 25.
Against me?
Yes.
DC or AC of 23. So
Okay.
3 of them will hit.
3 hits, and then the other Migo hit you for 22, so that's going to be a miss. So 3 hits total. 4, that'll be 15 damage.
Oh, I thought it was going to be way more than that. Total?
Yeah, 15 damage total, and then they get to grab you. They have 3 grab attempts that they get to do.
Fucking. Actually, fuck that. I don't care.
These are the surgery guys.
Yeah.
Are these the same? Do these guys look the same as the other ones? I can't remember what the tokens looked
I
like.
have 2 sets of tokens for them, actually.
Okay.
Okay, so that one's a miss, and then I have oh, what the hell? Where's grab? Oh, there it is. 25 CMD.
Yep. 24 is my CMD.
Okay. So, they make a successful grapple check. In addition to any other effects caused by grapple, blah blah blah. Sneak attack damage. Oh right, I remember this now.
I remember that there was some adjudication about whether they could both attack, grab, then let go, then the other one grapples and attacks as well.
They want to make an additional grab attempt after one has succeeded, that the original one has to let go. So if it fails the next grab attempt, you are
that
free.
doesn't apply here at all. So, 9 points.
That's convenient.
Of sneak attack damage. Well, it's only one person attacking you. The other one missed.
If they both hit you, one of them would have to release you, and the other one to try.
Yeah, I just remember taking like consecutive sneak attacks from each of them grappling me.
And I need you to make a fort save.
Well,
it's one of your good ones.
It's not my. Yeah, I mean, Will is better, but fort's not bad.
That's going to be a success. So I'm going to.
What is he? Is this they're trying to claw into my head or something?
Yeah. So he grabs you and he begins attempting to remove your scalp to get better access to your skull. And he starts to cut, but you wiggle around enough that you prevent him from like removing a substantial portion. But there's a good chunk of your scalp just kind of like flapping around in the breeze right now.
That's fine.
Yeah, there's lots of blood. It does not feel nice.
What do you think? This is the first time I've been scalped? You clearly don't know me at all.
Sorry about that. Elix, it is actually your turn.
Okay. Ilix is well, she needs to get into the fray. And she's gonna advance forward and then is gonna like pull up short whenever she sees this shambling mound right in front of her that maybe she can see like Plea's arm grabbing a hold of. Mm-hmm. And she is going to basically shoot it at point blank.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So I think So this guy still has concealment, right? Just regular
Yes.
concealment?
Yep.
Okay. I think I'm still going to do a trick shot on this guy just because I want to put some damage on him.
Okay.
I'm going to expend one of my little dealies. So it's just going to be this first attack since I moved further. That is going to be a 29 to hit
Oh yeah.
with 17 damage.
And then you ignore partial concealment with the trick shot, right?
Yeah, I ignore whatever
Yeah,
he's
so you're good
got
then.
right now. Yeah,
Sweet.
Leopold.
and just as a point of order, we have one more round of my bonus to you guys before I have to reset it.
Okay.
Okay. Hang on. I'm gonna take a. Can I stand here or no?
No.
I mean, there's a.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
It's a weird wall. Legitimate question.
Well, now the GM's like, it's not my problem. It's like, well,
I don't know. Can you?
I think that's exactly your.
Can
the
you
only
or
one that
may
can do
you?
this.
So targeted shot can shoot wings. Do these things have wings, or are they just flying with butt power?
They the Migo have wings, but you can't see them from your position.
Okay.
There is fog in that area.
All right. Well, then I'll just stay here then,
You
because
can
if
shoot
something-
the Shambler though if you stand there.
Well, instead, I'm going to ask Havelock. Is that one still right in front of you?
Affirmative.
Okay. I go, okay, Doc, and I'm gonna fire
That's a
two.
yes.
And I'm gonna fire two into the score. And I'm gonna
Havelock, pull your socks up.
and I spend a grit to deal extra damage.
Now this one's got me.
Point of order, I think you need to see your precision target, don't you? To deal
I
precision damage.
Don't know. Hang on.
Unless you're using seeking.
Yeah, it's still the musket.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Yeah,
realize
no,
that. I'm sorry. I thought that was a grit thing. I didn't realize it was
No,
the
no.
quality of your weapon. Okay, so I don't even
Yeah.
I don't even have to roll that. Okay, so yeah,
Seeking
you're
musket.
imagining shooting it in the wing, and so you shoot it in the wing. 26 will succeed. So 21 damage, or is his second shot going off as well?
The second shot is going off as well, and
Okay.
then the
Is it both against
So-
the one on the right?
it's the one that is currently. I assume that's the one that's grappling him. Yeah.
Yes, it would be.
All right, so it would be 39 total damage if all of those hit.
Yes. Is it all grouped together?
Yes, it is the clustered shot as if a full round.
Sure. I just need to know how to apply DR. Please.
This guy's grappled, so
Kill him.
grapple check to maintain with move action. I get +5 on this because I am controlling the grapple, so that's a 31. If I maintain, do I succeed in maintaining?
Do you have a penalty to grappling right now?
No.
Okay, so your 26 is correct?
My 26 is correct, and then +5 because I'm the one controlling.
Aha.
My...
Okay, yeah, you're fine then.
Cool. Yeah, and then I coup de grace. He takes 20 damage and has to make a DC 30 forts.
Yep.
Nope. He did.
He did. My turn is done.
Havelock.
Wave blade in hand.
Am I grappled now, or did they let me
You
go?
are grappled. You've not been
Okay.
released.
Which one's grappling me?
The one on the right, who you struck when he was trying
Okay.
to find his wand.
All right. Is there still fog in these? Like, do they have like concealment?
Yes. If there is a blue line through or touching the square, consider it to have fog.
Okay. I dimensional hop out of his grapple and behind him, and give him the biz.
Nothing
I
personnel.
do have a question. Is Dimensional Hop a supernatural or a spell-like ability?
It is a domain. is a domain ability. I believe that it's supernatural.
SP.
Uh-oh. You gotta roll concentration.
That's a spell. That's not what this is.
Spell-like abilities have to be rolled the same way.
That's not what he linked. Is not the thing that I'm using.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, you're right. It is SP.
Yes, unfortunately, you need to roll a concentration check against their CMD. See.
CMB. 10
CMB,
plus
sorry.
CMB
Yeah.
plus
Yeesh. That-
spell level. It functions as dimensional hop, right?
I don't.
Level 2.
If it was gonna tell,
Well, I rolled a 2.
Ooh, you probably don't succeed.
I do not think that I succeed.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I can't do much about it too, sorry.
Well, I'm done.
But you can still attack.
Yeah.
I tried to cast a spell, or
Well, no, you.
I guess is
So
that
that's
a
a-
move
it's
action?
spell
now?
as a-
Your dimensional hop is as a move action.
Yep.
You just have to concentrate on it because it is.
I can't attack anyway. I don't have a one-handed weapon.
You can still attack with a two-handed weapon with one hand. It's like an improv, basically.
You take a -4.
Well, the way to properly treat it is to treat it as a weapon that's too large for you. But it's
Yeah,
easier to
that's
just
a
do -4.
Yeah. Well, that is a -4. Like if you're using an
Okay.
improvisation. I have a feat.
Basically treat it as a large long sword or a large short sword, like a large one-handed weapon.
Okay. So we'll just apply a -4 to this attack, and I assume the damage. I'm gonna put the damage multiplier down to 1.
You're also strong enough, like you could try to take control of the grapple as well. It's up to you.
I never got into grappling much.
On your turn, since you're defending, you can either attempt to break free or become the controlling grappler. You either make a CMB or escape artist check.
All right.
Their CMD.
I'm gonna try to take control of the grapple.
Okay.
I rolled a 4. Dice are not with me tonight, boys.
At least not on that round. You've been doing pretty good up till now.
Not really. I had one successful attack tonight.
I don't think that's true. When you guys were fighting the priest.
The water elemental.
Yeah, I had one attack. Or no, I had 2.
Yeah,
I had the
you
charge.
got the water elementals as well. Like you did well. You were max damage on most of that too. Shambler is dead. Migo are not looking great.
Good. Neither is Havelock.
That is true. This Migo is going to look around on the ground and see if he can find... The one on the left is going to look around on the ground and see if he can find the wand that his friend dropped. He does not succeed at finding it. Okay. The other one is going to let go of Havelock and then attack him. Uh, 23 AC.
That's my AC.
Okay, so that's 4 hits. For 24 damage.
Okay.
And then grab attempts. Yeah, that's gonna succeed. So then there's going to be sneak attack. There's 6 sneak attack damage, and I need a fort save from you. So they attempt to perform surgery on your brain bits.
I'm unconscious.
Okay, still need a fort save.
Do I get fort saves?
Yes.
14.
That's not going to be high enough, unfortunately. So, where the frick is my coin? Okay, you'll take 1 point of wisdom damage
Hmm.
as the scalpel begins to find purchase in your brain meat.
Oh, damn! I thought they were going to hit a vital target.
It's my most expendable.
Got him!
Jeez!
Okay, so I'm gonna step in this fog stuff. Does that mean do I get damage for doing that?
No,
Okay.
you just can't see anything other than right next to you.
Okay, then I'm going to try to do my best and heal Havelock.
Okay.
Hit him with the good.
Hopefully that's okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I do the phrasma swirlies that Havelock has been doing over him.
Okay, Ilix.
Ilix is going to step over here, and do I have any? Is he affected by any concealment, anything like that? I think he's all clear.
Yeah, he would be clear. The fog
He's
is
all
right
clear?
on the edge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not reestablishing my Hunter's Bond this round, so that expires. But I'm going to attack him. I can't do full round, but I will. I am. Oh, I moved, so I can't do that. Let me see here. I'm trying to think about what my best options are.
No problem.
Yeah, I think it's just got to be deadly aim on this guy.
Okay.
So I still get my attack, so that is going to be a 25 to hit.
Yep.
And what is that? 15 damage versus this guy.
Okay.
Try to get his attention.
Yeah, your arrow finds its way into his carapace there. It doesn't seem like it is doing as much as it should to, if you were to shoot a person, you would expect a lot more like bleeding. You'd also expect it to go deeper with the amount of force you put into your bowstring there.
Yep. Fucking chitin or whatever.
Yep. Leopold is just like firing into the darkness.
Yeah. Do I hear this thing still like attacking Havelock?
Oh yeah. You heard Havelock stop moving and drop his sword.
Oh fuck! So yeah, I'm gonna unload on that.
Stop screaming too.
Stop screaming.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
that's the greater danger.
That's the bigger danger here. So 28 to hit, 19 damage. Swift action reload from the bandolier. I can't fire a second time.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
I just aim through the darkness and envision just hitting that thing right like in the center mass of its like knotted fungal head.
Uh-huh.
I just envision it exploding and I just fire.
Okay.
And then hopefully I hear a nice big and
You
I
hear
hope
a very satisfying crunchy watermelon sound.
I hope that wasn't Havelock.
And a thud as Havelock falls to the ground.
Don't worry, it wasn't hollow.
Yeah, it would have been a much louder sound.
It would have been like a gong
like a
going
ricochet
off.
the rock or something.
Bouncing all the way through the hole.
Yeah, Plea is going to acrobatically try to move past this Migo through the fog.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go like
28
Sorry.
versus CMD. That's gonna succeed.
I'm gonna move this way to here.
Yes. That's
so
okay.
it should be fine.
Mhm.
And crap. Oof, God, I rolled really bad.
Uh-oh.
guys.
What should I do? I'm going to grapple.
Yeah, I'm rolling poorly
that's gonna miss.
though. So I like jump into the fog and disappear out of its view, and then
You
appear
do
behind
this
it.
like really cool cartwheel off the wall, and then you come over to grab it, and you just like overshoot a little bit.
Just a little bit. It's focusing too much on the fancy footwork.
So the way I'm imagining this is Havelock was going, "It's in me! It's you!" And then just goes silent, and then Xenesis heals him, and he just like wakes up on the ground and immediately starts screaming again.
Oh, God.
It's like those videos of the people who faint on the slingshot ride.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
Exactly. All right.
Damn, Travis,
Havelock
you're on
lives.
fire tonight, dude.
Yeah.
All right. So I am no longer grappled, right? Because it's
Correct.
dead.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to dimensional hop to my feet as a move action because it doesn't provoke
Ooh.
AOs.
Oh, sexy.
Cool.
So I will expend 5 feet, but I'm going to stay in my same place and just sort of, in sheer animal panic, start hacking at this guy in front of me.
Do it.
For all that it's worth.
Chop, 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 chop.
First attack only.
Oh. Ooh.
Jesus.
Wow.
Too much blood on my sword.
So-
I guess.
Look at
You
the
rolled
damage, too.
a
It's
1,
+1
and then a
to +2.
1, and then a 2.
Jeez.
Good lord, man.
Well,
I'm sorry.
there's too much
It's
of my
okay,
own
you've
blood
been
on my
unconscious.
sword.
Okay.
And your hair's like falling out too. Probably.
Well, half my scalp's hanging off.
Yeah.
My brain got sucked
Oh,
out.
he started like at the
You
back
have
and it's like
blood in
flopped
your
out
eyes.
in your
I was
eyes.
dying less than 6 seconds ago. there's
So,
a-
after getting into Havelock's brain and not finding much of anything interesting, it's gonna attack Plea now.
Oh, thank God.
You're gonna do
Poor
me like
Flea.
this? That's how you gonna do
No,
me?
it's good. It can attack me all at once because it can't grab me.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. Jesus. Okay. 29 will be the only hit.
Yes.
Everything
that
else will
succeed.
miss. So that's 7 damage. Can't grab you, so there's no surgery performed. And that's it.
What is
Teflon
its reaction when it like tries? Because like it did hit me and it tries to grab me and it just like magic prevents it from happening. So like,
Uh-huh. It
how
seems
does
a
it
little
react?
puzzled. It tries to wrap its arm around you and bring you near, but it just like
Oh my god.
slips off
You're not
you.
you're not the greased up deaf guy. You're the greased up mute guy.
Oh God.
Whose is this?
You never go. Or,
Okay, I'm
I
gonna
guess you
move
can't say
there.
you never gonna get me.
I'm gonna try to attack.
I can sign it.
Yeah.
So the second should be a 19 because Hunter's Bond, and the other one should be.
No,
24.
Hunter's Bond is not active.
It's not active. Okay, then never mind.
Yeah, so the first attack will hit. Second attack will not. What is your strength mod?
It's not very strong. I one more. It's a +1.
Okay. Well, so the Raven's Head Mace is a +3, and you're using this two-handed. So this really ought to be +5 for 8 damage.
But it shows a +4.
If you're using it two-handed, it would be time and a half.
Oh,
no,
did
but it rounds down. You're right.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I didn't put the times and a half or 2.
It was still round down.
Yeah. I don't until you get more strength. I think there's no like benefit for using it two-handed.
Gotcha.
But we're gonna get you more strength. We're gonna get you
Yeah.
items.
Yeah, all you
Alright.
need is a belt, and you're
A
good.
belt.
Cake.
Or
Big
fuck,
cake!
just cast giant strength on yourself, or bull strength, or whatever it is.
Yeah, but I like
Alex.
to buff my other people.
Ilix is I think she's gonna full whoops, that wasn't what I meant to hit. Gonna full round this guy.
Okay.
Meow.
Give him the bad touch.
Yep. So that's going to be a 23 to hit on the first attack.
Okay.
That's going to have a damage of 13. Then this mini shot damage. I'm not sure if I don't think the bonus damage will apply to my mini shot. So that's another 12.
Okay.
So that's 25 so far.
Okay.
The second attack will be a 20 to hit.
Okay. Success.
And that will be another math 13 damage. So
All
what?
right.
30
He is
38.
fucking peppered. Leopold, coming to finish the job.
As always.
take a 5-foot step out. I can actually take a full round attack here. And I'm just gonna shoot this motherfucker as many times as I can.
Do it.
Because I just see, luckily I take a sigh of relief as I see Havelock swinging wildly covered in blood with his scalp hanging off his fist. Because, that's the better option.
He's thoroughly distributing his own blood across the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll fire both of these.
It's a
That's
coronation,
10 and,
really.
My hair!
We are anointed.
So that'll be 10 and 11 damage, 29 and an 18 to.
Okay, how do you want to do this?
I just shoot both of his wings off and let him fall to the ground and bleed
Jesus.
Nice.
Just
I love your
Sits
description.
there, like, writhing around on the floor, trying to figure out how to walk. And you just, I guess, leave. Yeah, I was gonna say, Plea probably just squishes him.
Yeah.
Like step on him.
Curb stomp his ass.
No way, dude. Havelock fucking like jumps on him and just like starts sawing its head open with his sword. See how you like it? This how you like it.
Okay.
Yeah, Plea
You
walks
okay
over to
there?
Havelock,
Perfect.
like helps him up off of the corpse of the Migo and like signs, "Are you gonna be okay?"
Havelock looks at him and just says,
I reach into my bag and pull out a potion of cure serious wounds and
Well,
just hold it in front of him.
he reaches up and he just kind of like comb overs his scalp back into
Oh,
place.
God.
And he's gonna cast. I think well, I don't know if you're offering it. I guess he'll take the
Mhm.
potion of cure
I
serious
shake
wounds.
it a little bit.
Yeah, he'll take the cure potion of cure serious wounds and just sort of pour it right onto his scalp, where everything's all fucking mangled up and
Miracle-Gro.
Drink
nasty.
some and splash the rest on.
Is that 3d8
It's like-
plus 10?
3d8 plus 5.
5
5.
potions. Hooray!
Hey, not bad.
Hey, you got a good one.
Nice. Not
That's
bad,
pretty
yeah.
good.
Not too bad. And he's gonna look at Leopold and he goes, Is my hairline right? Does it look weird? It super looks weird.
It's not ideal.
There's
I'm sure if you took a shower after this, you'll look better.
How do you feel about large feathered hats?
Not super great. I'm gonna pat it and cast Cure Moderate Wounds also. 2d8 plus 10, baby.
Big roll.
These guys
Except,
are
Not really,
kind
but
of.
not the worst.
these are evil outsiders, so they all disappear, right? They're just gonna like poof out.
The Migo or not.
Oh.
What the hell did that thing just use on us? I'm actually going to look around and see if I can find that rod.
Yeah, I look for the rod.
Nope. It's under all the gore somewhere.
let me see if I can spot it.
Could have sworn I shot it out over here somewhere.
With a 39, I think I probably
You
am
failed
able to hunt it
miserably.
down.
You can never find it. Your eyes are so good, you see through it.
I cease to see the material
yeah.
world.
Ilix, you find it on the ground. It is a let's see if I can give you a better description.
Yeah, I will not pick it up for fear of
The device appears to
discharging
be
it.
a twisted rod crafted of some kind of unknown alloy of metal and crystal. It is large
Ooh.
enough that it would require 2 hands to use. There are several little protrusions on it that look like they might be buttons. They might like slide in.
Flea looks at Xenesis and points to the object on the ground that Ilix found.
Yes.
Says, "Can you identify that?" Or
All right, that's a 24 because I use guidance.
Let's see. Spellcraft. I haven't looked at this reference in a little while. Where is it? There she is. Identify the properties of a magic item is 15 plus the caster's spell level. You would have had to have rolled a 25. So you do not succeed in identifying this object.
Hey, Leopold, sorry, not Leopold, Havelock, I know your head's hurting a little bit, but could you help out identifying this object?
Perhaps a distraction will ease your mind about your
I would
hideously
allow that
deformed
to
skull.
be like your aid, the way Xenesis asked.
I try to help her figure it out, and I point out and I go, the ouchie ice came from this end.
That's amazing.
Bad eye smoke come from Rod Hurtface.
Does this help?
Yes. Yes, Dolan, yes.
It appears to be some sort of handheld weapon that reminds you a bit of Leopold's weapon. There is a button on it that would make it essentially a spell trigger item. So this is going to function like a wand. There are 17 charges remaining in this, and it cannot be recharged.
It functions like a wand.
You don't have to. I'm giving you the details of how this works, and then you can figure out what you want to roleplay as your explanation.
Well, that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, but let me finish.
Oh, I thought you were done.
No. Write down the 17 charges, and that you can recharge it. Essentially, this works as a cone of cold that deals 10d6 points of damage. The DC is 17 reflex for half. And once fired, a cloud of mist persists in the area of effect for 1d10 minutes, functioning as fog cloud.
That could be a really great disruption thing for 1d10 minutes.
Yeah.
Jeez. So
the thing I will point out is that this isn't going to exist on anyone's spell list, so it's going to require UMD every time you want to use it.
If we were to sell this, what would its worth be?
No clue.
Because it's not an item I can look up.
But I bet it's expensive.
Oh,
should I
man.
should I just treat it as like a wand of cone of cold?
No. It does have a price. You will need to appraise it.
Leopold.
I did a use magic device. I'm like, I have no fucking clue, but it looks expensive.
Does look expensive.
Appraised it beautifully.
I am gonna have to look up the rules to appraise.
Oh, Havelock, your brain hurts too much.
I reach up and try to slide back the brain matter leaking out of my ears and kind of just prod it back into place.
Yeah.
Why don't you stick a rag in there and maybe it'll hold it.
It's okay. This happens to me all the time.
Do we have some corks left over from the Applejack? Maybe.
You look and one's already in there. That's why I have not very great.
While everybody's ogling the wand, I'm going to come down here and look at the machine I saw grind up a corpse.
Yeah, Leopold, you're not sure exactly how much it would be worth, but it's a lot. You think that it's probably more than 10 grand.
Maybe you want to put that somewhere safe. I think that's going to be a little bit of a nest egg for it. Plus, we might be able to get a really good wig for a nice hat for Havelock.
Yes, lots of feathers. I hear they're the fashion.
Birds on heads. I want to see birds on heads.
They loaded up.
Please signs to Havelock the story of this pirate he once encountered in one of that had a great big hat that had a giant plume in it that somehow made him better at sword skills. So, describing Captain Jackson and his plume of
sounds OP.
He sounds so handsome.
Sounds like you'd have a really good grasp on the action economy to work that kind of character.
Yeah. Sounds like he'd be difficult for the gods of Galarian to adjudicate just how powerful he is.
I'm sorry, that was mean, but
in fact, his abilities are very similar to Leopold, just much shorter range.
I mean, it makes me feel better. We were racing to that one, Tanner.
Oh man, that was good. Okay. So as you guys are closer to this machine now, you're probably not familiar with wood chippers that don't really exist in your world. But this machine has a pair of lasers. Basically, one's yellow and one's blue, and they are rotating in a counterclockwise motion, giving off a low humming sound. Behind the machine is a pile that looks remarkably like compost.
Yeah, I take a stone off the floor and I throw it into the beams just to show what it does. I assume a few nicely sliced pieces of rock come out the other end.
It's like a little puff of
It's
ash.
a wood chipper.
Oh yeah.
I look over. I examine the corpses lying next to it.
So there are a number of bodies here, more than what I listed. Let me find that. There are 3 scum, 3 men, and a pale-looking woman.
Oh no, it's me.
None of them are Mayor Greedle, are they?
One of them is immediately recognizable as the body of Mayor Early Greedle.
I pick it up and I go, all right, somebody grab the other end. Let's get this puppy in there.
Just like the others,
What?
his brain has been removed. All of the bodies here have had their brains removed, and the top of their skulls has been cut off.
If we learn how to put the brains back, we are playing a very dangerous and high stakes game of match the match the correct one to the right thing.
I don't think I know how to do brain surgery. Yeah.
They did. I look over. Do you think we could have convinced them to put them back?
I don't even know how to speak to them, much less convince them to do anything.
Yeah, I highly doubt that. I examined the wounds or their bodies to see, like, are they harmed in any other way? Can I try to figure out, like,
Let's
don't.
see.
Is there like a neat plug where I could just like plug the brain back in?
No, not as
Surgeon
such.
simulator, just drop it in.
Is there an adapter?
There's like adapter on
We
there.
need to hurry up and invent the cortical stack.
All have had the top of their heads cut away and their brains removed with surgical precision. The woman is a fosterling with pale, translucent skin and wide, sightless eyes. 3 men are obviously from the village. One is immediately recognizable as Mayor Early Greedle.
What's a fosterling?
Those are the women,
the women that got taken.
That have been
Oh, okay,
the fish
Okay.
wives.
I think I was thinking like the godlings from The Witcher
No.
for some reason.
Yeah. They're like foundlings from Mandalorian, but way worse.
Yeah.
I
Not
don't
as
know.
wholesome.
I don't know what to do here. What's the conceivably their brains be returned to their bodies?
I don't know of any magic that can do that, but then again, I'm just
I
me.
don't
So.
either.
Yeah.
If anything, they need a proper burial.
Could you mash the brain in and quickly do a healing spell?
But the
I look at
brains-
Ilix. No.
I'm just. What do you say? What do humans say? Spitballing?
Oh.
I don't know if that
He
term's
gives,
been
like-
invented yet.
He gives like the appearance of his if he's laughing, but obviously not.
I think they say it in the South somewhere.
In the south of
The south of what?
The south of
Every country
Ustalav?
has a south.
every planet has.
We're
a south.
in southern Ustalav.
No, we're not. All right, no, south of Ustalav. I mean, like another country. I'm obviously joking.
Yeah.
I know.
South Ustalav, like
Yeah,
where we
they
are.
call it Sustalov.
Mhm.
Sustalov.
Just Birmingham.
Yes,
Havelock-
travelers have invented this game called baseball.
Hmm.
Is there a way for us to figure out if we can return the brains to the bodies?
But the body seems so messed up.
Well, you're just
I
looking
think
at the map, Bart. He said they were
bodies
Oh,
are
okay.
surgically.
dead.
Well,
The
yeah.
brain lives,
And
but
there's only one body that we recognize. We have no idea who
Perhaps-
these other people.
the bodies may have been dead too long for even divine power to return them.
Can we tell how long they've been dead? I mean, it can't be more than a couple days, probably. I mean, that is too long, but
No, with that heal check, you're pretty sure these corpses are like a week or more old. They're kind of bloated
Oh.
and gross.
Yeah.
Fermenting.
okay.
Ready for composting is what they are.
Man, this is a quandary. The bodies are dead, but the spirits are intact in the brains in the other room. I don't suppose there's some sort of way that Count Karamark could have perhaps helped in some way, but he's all the way back there, and
Yeah,
I
he'd
don't
be
know.
a decent resource.
I think it sounds like they just need to be freed so they can, because they sound trapped, but they obviously can't go back to their body and they can't overtake another body.
The horror of their situation, not known to them, perhaps it would be best to kill them quickly
What?
and save them that knowledge.
Can't we just let them go like the soul, like ghosts, and they
Do
eventually?
you know how to?
Cleric of Pharasma wielding the Raven's Head, are you suggesting that we willfully create ghosts?
No, I'm not saying willfully. I think like the way it's being described, it sounds like they're already in a ghost-like form because
Well,
they
they're
don't
just-
have their body.
They're just a brain.
They're just brains. They're not. If we destroy the brains, they'll just
Yeah.
dead.
Die.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
This is like, I think they're using magic, but like this is very much like a mad scientist brain in a jar type
Right.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not like
Okay.
it's not like the ghost is trapped. It's that
Right.
the vital processes of the brain are being maintained by machinery and arcana.
Right. It's a person hooked up to life support, except they remove
Yeah.
the body.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They remove 90%
It's kind of like
of the
the
body.
opposite of a coma.
Yeah, it
They
is
just
the
kill
opposite
them.
of the coma.
Yeah.
I don't.
Or
I
a
feel like
vegetable-
killing them
vegetative
does.
state.
Havelock examines the machine, and is there like a reverse button? We could just
Oh
sort
God,
of
I'll
put
get
this
out of the
stuff
way.
back in and
Yeah.
it'd spit the full bodies out. Kind of a
Please
reconstitute.
take stock of the situation, and
Hmm.
since all of the
The
smart
axe
people
does
in
not
his-
return the tree to life. I do not feel that this.
Yeah, please set like signs to everyone. It's like, I know that in our hearts we wish to save them, but it appears that they are dead. And gestures to the corpses on the ground, and says there is but one choice left.
They're not dead. Their
Yeah, they're
bodies
not
are
dead,
destroyed.
though.
Yeah, they're not
Just
dead,
'cause
but the hope of them returning to this life has
You know,
passed.
It also seems they're not aware of what's happened to them. If I was aware of what happened to me and it was like that, I'd want to die. I
That
don't know
is a
about
good-
them.
Leopold, that you make a good point. Maybe we can make them aware, tell them their situation, and then they can choose whether they wish to stay alive in their current form or choose death.
What hell would that be, though?
I mean, it's their. I mean,
Would it be
maybe
better to
in-
know or to never know?
Wow,
I
this is a
feel like
real.
we don't have the right to kill them. It's not our. I don't think that.
We have two choices, please signs. We can either tell them of the hell that they live in, or kill them without them knowing. Whichever you choose, I will follow. You are the cleric, and I trust in your judgment. You as well have, but those are the only two options
I
available.
would probably consecrate this area if we do decide to kill them, but I
Plee notices that the hallway continues and says, perhaps before we enter the moral quandary of what to do with the brains in the other room, we should continue to explore and see if we can find the room that the surgery was performed in.
Yes. I think that the immediate threat, in any case, is not this situation. We ought to continue forward.
They're certainly not going anywhere.
I was not expecting that to turn into a moral quandary, but I love it.
Really? I felt this whole thing was designed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, I had a presupposition on what you were gonna do to handle it, and I was expecting it to be unanimous. So I'm surprised and gleeful to see that there is disagreement in the party.
What did you think we would do?
I don't want to tell you that because you might decide that.
Okay.
I think this is a very good place to put a pin in it, but we can,
For sure.
we can enter the next room and have that suspense for next time. So
That works.
Go up to the next room and we will begin that. So there is a barrier, like what you've seen before, and it is a bit difficult to see through this one.
I will use my elven sight
Ooh.
to sight some elves.
You can make out like the colors and shapes in the room, but I don't think you can specifically tell where things are. It's kind of like looking through the refractions of a crystal.
Does this look like the same type of portal that led to the outside, like water?
It looks very similar, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I can't make out what's on the other side. I think we have little choice but to commit.
Yeah, Havelock steps forward and presses his hand to the portal.
Okay.
Fuck.
Havelock pulls his hand back through the portal.
Never mind, let's not go in there. It's a silly place.
Actually, the moral quandary seems like a great thing to focus on.
That suddenly seems like a small hill to climb.
Yes.
So Havelock, I assume that you're the first person to step through into the room.
I guess.
So inside here, you find yourself in a strange metal dome. There's all manner of incomprehensible equipment that has been set up around the chamber, including a pair of blood-stained metal operating tables surrounded by racks of instruments for vivisection sitting in the center of the chamber. The walls at the base of the dome are transparent, giving clear view of the dark waters of the lake bottom. But 40 feet above, the dome displays an image of a mysterious, dark gray planet orbiting a burning orange star, never before seen in Galorian skies, which gives the entire chamber a lurid orange glow.
Gross.
On the southern table, there is a man that you will recognize from your vision that you got out of Arn Vrood's head.
A Nazgul.
There is a naked man who you will recognize as the Dark Rider, who was coming here with the Sea Sage effigy to get the Raven's Head mace.
Huh.
Oh.
Disgusting.
That didn't work out at all.
And he is basically hooked up to a number of tubes, and they appear to be pumping something into him. And that's where we'll leave off.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
After I see all those bug things again, I just want to turn around and say, Xenesis, you happen to have any more of those freedom of movement spells? Because boy, that'd go down smooth right now.
How do y'all feel about
Unfortunately
some?
not.
Remember the last time I got grappled and then attacked, and then I
Mhm.
got grappled and my brain sucked out, then grappled and my brain attacked, then grappled and my
Yeah.
brain sucked out, then grappled and my brain sucked out again?
And we just got your scalp reattached.
That was the last time. Then there was a few combats before that where I got grappled and my brain sucked out. Then I got grappled and my brain sucked out. And before that, I believe I got grappled and my brain sucked out.
I think it might have been a cleansing, and now you have much more clarity in your fight.
She thinks you
The
only
bright
lost the
side.
bad parts.
I think if anybody's gonna have a split personality at this point, he's gonna be Havelock. He's had like at least half his fucking brain forcibly slurped out of his skull.
You've got so much scar tissue up there, you could just make a whole new scalp.
Jeez.
Oh, so this is a side note.
Sure.
One of my anthropology professors told us a story one time about going to this professor in, I think it was in Arkansas or somewhere, and he was looking at the guy's like osteology collection, and there was one that was a human skull, and it had all these like weird bumps and ridges on the scalp and or the top of the skull.
Oh boy.
And it turns out that it had been a person who had been scalped and lived.
Holy shit.
Damn.
And so like when the periosteum is damaged, that's what kind of guides bone growth.
Huh.
So when it's damaged, it grew back weird and bumpy, because it didn't have that sheath to kind of control where bone got deposited. So yeah,
That sounds horrifying.
look forward to that.
Fuck, that's weird.
There were like cases back in like the old west of like that happening, not regularly, but more than once.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was pretty
Hugh
rare,
Glass.
but people did
very
survive
uncommon,
scalping.
but yeah, people survived scalping
There's
sometime.
There was a woman. There's a dollop about a woman who got scalped, stabbed 3 times by spears, and thrown down a cliff, and she crawled all the way back. I think it was like 120 miles back to the place she left from.
Yeah.
They thought she was a fucking monster when she showed up. The first person she ran into was a cook, and he was like, "Ah!" and ran away because she like
Understandable.
she had to like eat raw eggs and sleep in like abandoned bear dens to survive.
That's
That's
I mean,
It's
some
fucking
people-
insane.
some
I
people
know,
just have
right?
that
Survival.
fucking revenant gene, dude. They
Yeah.
just-
For sure.
It's, like me, it's just like, oh well, I guess I will be leaving this corporeal plane immediately.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would
like
just be dead.
inconvenienced and I'm ready to die.
Yeah, right.
Most- yeah.
Like if I can't roll down, if
Yeah,
I can't
pretty
roll
much.
down.
They didn't have any Diet Dr. Pepper in the cooler. Fuck this. I want to die.
You know what? Then other people plummet out of a fucking plane that like crashed, free fall like a fucking 1,000 feet, land in their seat, unbuckle themselves, and like hobble back to civilization. And they're just
Well,
like, yeah,
and then there was that
fuck
one
that
lady
noise.
I remember there was this one lady, I can't remember her fucking name, but she had an unusually low blood pressure, and it saved her life because when like her plane went down and she didn't have a parachute and she hit the ground at like well over a few hundred miles an hour, like terminal velocity, and she fucking lived because her heart didn't immediately explode on impact because her blood pressure was so low.
Yeah. It exploded 3 days later in the hospital.
Yeah, when the reality caught up to
God damn.
it, it's insane. Like fucking, but I can't roll down my windows because the ice fucking froze them shut, and I'm just like Tanner's just like, fuck it, I guess I'm dead now.
Fuck it. I'm going to go die in a ditch.
Just gonna drive off the fucking road.
Yeah.
Can't have some fresh air. Fuck this. Well, I have to go work on some more D&D shit, and then I'm gonna pass out with Robitussin.
Rest well.
Better,
Robitussin.
man.
Keep
No,
hydrated.
she fucking lived. I found her.
What's her name?
She
Work that
was
shit down
a
to the bone.
Serbian flight attendant who holds the Guinness World Record for surviving the highest fall without a parachute. She fell 33,330 feet, otherwise known as 6.3 miles.
What
Fuck.
the fuck?
She was the
You
sole,
had time.
She was the sole survivor after a briefcase bomb tore her through the baggage compartment of her flight, causing it to crash in Czechoslovakia. Following the bombing, she spent days in a coma and was hospitalized for several months. She suffered a fractured skull, 3 broken vertebrae, broken legs, broken ribs, and a fractured pelvis. She was temporarily paralyzed from the waist down, but made a complete recovery and continued to walk with a limp.
Fucking A. She had enough time to fucking have it freeze, go, hey, yep, that's me. Because
Yep.
I bet you're wondering how I got in this situation.
Yeah.
She had no
Fucking
memory of
Baba
the incident,
O'Reilly.
apparently. But she died.
Yeah.
She lived to be 66 years old.
Probably
When
for the
you're-
best.
Yeah, when trauma like that happens, your brain's like, let's just forget this part.
Mhm.
Yeah, how about we
Anymore.
not?
Mhm.
Yeah, you're not going to need to be here for this. We'll just put you
We're
over
gonna
here for a bit.
We're going to take all these thoughts, we're going to put them in a little box, and we're going to throw that box in the ocean.
So
And then we're
is,
good.
Makes you wonder, like, how
I
much of
can't
your
believe that, like,
not remembering that is like just pure PTSD. Just like
yeah. Like,
Well,
I
I
can't
mean-
believe that, like, your heart exploding on impact is what kills you. Like, I would think there'd be a million other things
Well,
that
there's
would
probably.
also kill you.
But
Yeah,
like
I-
the heart exploding is the most fatal because I mean you
Yeah.
can survive a fractured skull, a fractured pelvis.
Yeah,
a
you
whole
won't
bunch of
live
broken
very
bones.
long. Like,
your
even
heart-
bleeding to death is,
With a blowed up heart.
faster than
Yeah.
explode a heart.
Yeah.
But like
God damn.
I still have memories from back when I was like probably about 3 years old, and I think one of my memories that like I brought up to my mom, and she was like, "How the fuck do you remember that?" My father didn't like to swear around the house because he didn't want me to pick him up. So instead of he always had to announce he had to poop, but he always says, "I gotta go take a dump." So he was like, "I gotta go take a dump," and my dumbass like 3-year-old brain was like, "Oh, that's what that means." So I got a Tonka Tough dump truck for Christmas, and I decided that a dump truck had to have cargo. So apparently I pooped in the back of the dump truck,
Oh my
and I was
god.
just driving it around the house.
Oh my
And I
god,
was
that's
like,
amazing.